Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. Global Martial Arts. Kill enemies and explode your cultivation. Chapter 21. Qingcheng Royal Club. In the box, Zhuang Ziqi was enjoying a decadent life, moving his left and right hands constantly. The more intense the action, the more charming the woman next to him looks. Master Zhuang, you are hurting me. Hearing the coquettish tone, Zhuang Ziqi felt even more angry. The little goblin will deal with you later. Bang bang bang. Suddenly at this moment, there was a commotion outside the box. Who? Brothers are causing trouble. Ah! The screams coming from outside the box made Zhuang Ziqi's expression suddenly change. Go out and see what's going on outside. Zhuang Ziqi frowned displeased. The warrior accompanying him walked out, but when he opened the door, an extremely terrifying force instantly blasted him out. The sudden change made the beauty of the woman sitting on the sofa pale. Zhuang Ziqi looked gloomy and shouted angrily, "No one dares to come to the royal club to cause trouble." Li Mu walked in slowly and looked at Zhuang Ziqi expressionlessly. Li Mu. Zhuang Ziqi's expression changed drastically, and his heart twitched violently. How is that possible? What he sent out was a martial artist. How could Li Mu still be alive? How could a warrior who was good at assassination fail? Li Mu glanced at the woman beside him, looked at Zhuang Ziqi and sneered, "Young Master Zhuang is really having fun." Zhuang Ziqi stabilized his mind, tried his best to calm down, and said gloomily, "Li Mu, what are you doing here? Isn't it clear to Master Zhuang what I'm here for? Actually, I'm also very confused. Master Zhuang, there should be no grudges between us, right? I don't understand what you are talking about." Zhuang Ziqi simply pretended not to know anything. "I don't understand. It's okay, you'll understand soon." Li Mu glanced at the women around him and said indifferently, "You all go out, I won't embarrass you." Upon hearing this, all the people who had been accompanying Zhuang Ziqi ran out. Li Mu closed the door. As soon as the door of the room was closed, Zhuang Ziqi's heart was shocked. Zhuang Ziqi looked at Li Mu and said with fear and trembling, "What do you want to do?" "Li Mu, please don't mess around. I am a descendant of a noble family. If you hurt my family, I will not let you go." "A child of a noble family? I am beating the children of aristocratic families. The aristocratic families in Qingcheng City are no better than those big aristocratic families, they are just kings in small places. The real aristocratic families in Kyushu Kingdom all have masters in charge, while the banker family only has one high-level martial artist. Offend the dealer. Li Mu is not afraid. A high-level martial artist, he has the confidence to face a battle head-on." The screams in the box were repeated like pigs being slaughtered. He walked into the royal club blatantly. If he killed Zhuang Ziqi here, he would be in a lot of trouble. A lesson is enough. Zhuang Ziqi had a bruised nose and a swollen face. His whole face was as swollen as a dumpling. "Remember, don't provoke me again. Otherwise, you'll die next time." An icy chill spread from the box, and Zhuang Ziqi shivered in fear. After walking out of the box, the corridor was crowded with people. Li Mu frowned slightly, and not long after, the sound of fighting came from the corridor. After a few minutes, all the security guards and warriors in the club fell to the ground. The girls opened their mouths wide when they saw this scene and looked at Li Mu with admiration. "What a handsome man. Ah, I really want to get to know this little brother. This is the Prince Charming in my mind. Langozi, don't even think about it that this handsome boy is mine." Li Mu walked out of the club calmly, and when he reached the door, he looked at the bright moonlight and let out a breath. Handsome people are troublesome. Li Mu felt narcissistic for a while, sweeping away his previous bad mood. A few days later, Li Mu had been preparing for the mountain and sea hunting because the blood-refining jungle was inaccessible. He had no choice but to practice martial arts in the school's martial arts field. Thunder flashes. Zitza. Li Mu's whole body turned into lightning, flashing in the void for a moment, leaving a white light floating out of the white smoke and gradually disappearing. 9th level martial arts is extraordinary. If facing a martial artist directly, he can even kill him with one strike as long as the thunder flash reaches the entrance. 9th level martial arts. Suddenly, a familiar voice sounded in Li Mu's ears. Lu Shuangyan stared blankly at the white light left in the void. "Why are you here?" Li Mu looked at Lu Shuangyan in confusion. "I'm here to find you." Lu Shuangyan came over and said, did you go to the Royal Club to beat up Zhuang Ziqi yesterday? Kindness. Why, he sent someone to assassinate me. Assassinate you? Lu Shuangyan frowned. If this was really the case, it would be excusable. However, there should be no intersection between Li Mu and Zhuang Ziqi. Don't think about it. There is no grudge between me and him. He found someone to assassinate me because of you. So you should stay away from me on weekdays. I don't want to be assassinated for no reason. Although Lu Shuangyan is a nice person, Li Mu doesn't want to have too many interactions with her. It is said that there is no woman in the heart to draw the sword, and the god of nature, the world of martial arts, is crueler than he imagined. Once he steps into the galaxy holy courtyard, he will become a thorn in the side of many people. Lu Shuangyan became anxious when she heard this. But there is nothing between me and him. What he did has nothing to do with me, and I don't have feelings for Zhuang Ziqi either. I even hate him. Li Mu looked at Lu Shuangyan in confusion. Why are you so anxious to explain? Lu Shuangyan was stunned, and she hurriedly ran out of the martial arts field with 2 red blushes on her cheeks. Li Mu shook his head helplessly. What a girl thinks. After saving Lu Shuangyan's life, it was impossible for him not to feel something for himself. But Li Mu is interested in martial arts and has no interest in love. A month has passed. Li Mu's cultivation base came to Wufu Sangsing, and he also successfully entered the 9th level martial arts Tianlei Shan. Mountain and sea hunting. Li Mu has great confidence to win the top spot in mountain and sea. Today is the day he leaves. After packing his things, Li Mu left the room and headed to the martial arts base. Stepping into the martial arts base, the martial artist, who was familiar with Li Mu, respectfully shouted, "Mr. Li, you are here, the minister is already waiting for you above. I'll help you with your luggage first, so you can go up first." The warriors at the martial arts base all looked at Li Mu in confusion. Who is that kid? A 5-star warrior is so polite to him. Is it someone from above? Brother, you don't even know him. That's our young hero in Qingcheng. He is the one who protects downtown Qingcheng. Young hero. Brother, I don't even know. You have to tell me carefully. Minister Zhao. Li Mu pushed the door open and said hello. In addition to Zhao Lei, there is another middle-aged man in the office. Zhao Lei said enthusiastically. Come on, come on. Sit down quickly. Li Mu, let me introduce to you that this is Master Xing sent from above, and he is also the one who sent you to the mountains and seas for hunting this time. Grandmaster. Li Mu's expression changed and he looked at Xing Lu. As expected of a master, his aura is like a majestic mountain. Even if he doesn't do anything, he already gives people a great pressure. Meet the Grandmaster. I've wanted to meet you for a long time. You really are a hero. Xing Lu smiled and was very satisfied with the polite Li Mu. He doesn't have the arrogance of other geniuses. He has seen too many talented people who are talented enough to become a Grandmaster, but most of them are arrogant and do not even take the Grandmaster in their eyes. Of course, all Xing Lu saw were children from big families. There is indeed no shortage of masters in a true martial arts family. After some explanation, Li Mu and Xing Lu left the martial arts base and headed to the airport. In the military department, all the major military bosses were sitting in the conference room. They are all commanders of military districts in major cities. Li Mu, this child's talent is indeed extraordinary, and he has a clean background and is suitable to join our military. The military's talent pool has been declining year by year in recent years, and those young geniuses all want to go to the Martial Arts Holy Academy. But how could they imagine that the Martial Arts Holy Court is a more cruel place than the military headquarters? They are all figures who hold a certain amount of power, and some of them have terrifying auras, comparable to those of masters. The leader of the old man said calmly, "What have you all decided? Try to recruit. We all did anyway, and this time is no exception." Another military boss hesitated. "But, is this method feasible? We have never promised resources to others, and we have never mentioned the benefits of joining the military. Every time we recruit talented people, don't we always get disappointed? The situation is different now. You all know the situation of our military department in the past few years." Everyone fell silent, and at the same time they all looked at the old man who had the power to make decisions. "What you said is not unreasonable. If that's the case, then..." After getting off the plane, Li Mu followed Xinglu to the place where he was arranged to live. Xinglu looked at Li Mu and said, "The next step is up to you. I can't leave Qingcheng City for too long. I sent you here before I should go back." Li Mu nodded. "I have troubled Grandmaster Xing along the way. It's not a big deal. With your talent, you will definitely be able to become a master in the future, and even becoming a Grand Master is not impossible. Come on, kid." Looking at Xinglu's disappearing back, he was about to go to his room. But at this time, a young man wearing a black trench coat leaned on the wooden post and looked at Li Mu. "Grandmaster Escort, brother has quite a lot of background." Everyone around stopped and stared at Li Mu with wide eyes. That middle-aged man just now turns out to be a grandmaster. Everyone couldn't help but take a breath and look at Li Mu with envy. Although they are all the geniuses of major cities, they do not receive this kind of treatment. Li Mu glanced at the man, feeling a little surprised. He turned out to be a warrior. As expected, we cannot underestimate the genius of this world. No background, just an ordinary person. After Li Mu finished speaking, he walked straight to his room. Ordinary people. If ordinary people can be escorted by a grandmaster, I believe you. People around were muttering quietly. Only the man in the trench coat showed an intriguing smile. It seems like this mountain and sea hunting can be a bit of fun. Mountain and sea hunting is nominally about hunting ferocious beasts, but in fact the main purpose of this hunt is to discover geniuses. If you perform well, you might be accepted by a martial arts school in a university, and you can even enter the school directly without signing up. For those geniuses, they all want to attract the attention of their favorite schools through this hunting. In the room, Li Mu roughly understood the rules of mountain and sea hunting. Mountain and sea hunting not only allows you to hunt ferocious beasts, but you can even attack other people. Before entering the mountains and seas for hunting, the Martial Arts Alliance will give them a token, which is enough to withstand a blow from a peak martial artist. Once they receive a fatal attack, they will be teleported out of the secret realm of mountains and seas. Hunting in the mountains and seas. I hope the ferocious beasts inside won't disappoint me. The next morning, Li Mu washed up early, changed clothes, and headed to the meeting place. A lot of people. There was a dense flow of people in front of me. At a glance, there were probably hundreds of people. These people are the geniuses of major cities, with extraordinary strength, and each of them has the qualifications to enter a high-level martial arts academy. After the tokens were distributed, everyone entered the teleportation array neatly and orderly. Li Mu kept moving forward and it didn't take long before he reached him. Stepping into the teleportation array, I saw a blue light wrapping it. The next moment he was enveloped in light, and about 4 or 5 seconds later he came to a forest similar to the blood-refining jungle. Li Mu showed a faint smile. Finally in. Now, the hunt begins. Bang! Li Mu kicked off his hind legs, and the ground beneath his feet collapsed, exploding countless pieces of loess. It didn't take long before his figure disappeared into the woods. In the Shanghai base, the leaders of the Martial Arts Alliance and the teachers from the major martial arts schools were watching everything that happened in the secret realm of mountains and seas. It seems that the children in this class are better than the last class. Don't say it so early. They have just entered the secret realm of mountains and seas. Who knows what will happen? Teachers in these martial arts schools not only look at talent but also character. If they only have talent but not character, it will be difficult to reach the top. If you lack combat experience, you can make up for it. If you have a weak personality, it will be difficult to achieve great things. At this time, Li Mu suddenly stopped in a jungle, followed by bursts of roaring sounds. A ferocious beast covered in crystal slowly walked out. It's a third-level ferocious beast. Li Mu suddenly became cold. Between the lightning and flint, a dazzling thunder light tore through the void. Thunder flashes. There was a loud explosion like thunder. Swish! The dazzling thunder flashed quickly, and the ferocious beast was instantly killed by Li Mu without even having a chance to react. Congratulations on slaying the amethyst demonic wolf and losing 3 years of cultivation. Li Mu's aura increased, but it still stayed at the 3 stars of Wufu. You can't break through in 3 years. At this time, there was some movement in the surrounding grass, and several strong beasts were looking at Li Mu ferociously. Li Mu looked at them and sneered. Came just in time. Many teachers at Shanghai base looked at Li Mu on the screen with feverish eyes. OMG. Introduction to the 9th level. Perfect body skills. Kill the 3rd level ferocious beast with one strike. Who is this kid? This child should enter our Bohemia Martial Academy. Bah, are you still shameless? Does your Zijing Martial Academy have the resources to train this child? I think you'd better go ahead and stop joining in the fun. I want this child from Pingmo Wuyuan. Bah, what does Pingmo Wuyuan mean? This child should be mine. While these teachers were arguing, someone else appeared among them. Xie Given watched Li Mu casually kill the 3rd level ferocious beast, and said with some surprise, "This kid is Li Mu. He is better than I thought. It seems that my trip was not in vain." In an instant, the quarreling base fell into dead silence, and everyone stared at Xie Given in disbelief. When they came to their senses, they all shouted in awe. Master Jia, meet the master of interpretation. The teachers of the Martial Arts Academy lowered their heads and were trembling in their hearts. They did not expect that Xie Given would come to Shanghai base. They probably all guessed that Xie Given could come to Galaxy base. If Xie Given wanted the child, they wouldn't even be qualified to fight. After all, this is not only a great master, but also the mentor of Galaxy Holy Academy. The warriors in the Galaxy base and the teachers from the Martial Arts Academy all looked at Li Mu on the screen. So strong. This child has strength comparable to that of a martial artist. The 4th level ferocious beast can be taken down effortlessly. It seems that what we saw is not his true strength. On par with high-level martial arts masters. Xie Given looked at Li Mu curiously. Perfect state of movement, 9th level introduction to your martial arts. Although this child's talent in cultivation is not high, his talent in martial arts is incredible. Only a few monsters in the Holy Court possess terrifying talents. This trip was not in vain. This child has the qualifications to enter the Holy Court. Crazy Thunder Sword Technique. One knife after another, the vicious beast retreated steadily and did not dare to step forward. The Crazy Thunder Sword Technique is like a violent thunderstorm, and thunder can be faintly seen on the blade. The sword fell, and a 4th level ferocious beast died under Li Mu's sword. Congratulations on killing the Sawtooth Blood Wolf and losing 3 years of cultivation. Li Mu's aura rose, and his body made a sound like fried soybeans. The peak of Wufu's 3 stars. Li Mu took a deep breath, and his excitement gradually calmed down. Looking at the blue sky, all the Martial Arts Alliance members and teachers from the Martial Arts Academy in the secret realm of mountains and seas should be watching. Behind, there is a scarlet land, the corpses of ferocious beasts can be seen everywhere, and the air is filled with a strong smell of blood. The secret realm of mountains and seas is indeed paradise for Li Mu. Li Mu looked around and found that there was no shadow of the beast around, so he set out on the road to find the beast again. At the same time, in the dense jungle not far from Li Mu, several young faces were hiding in the trees and crouching. Zhao He, can we squat down like this and catch people? Hunting in mountains and seas has a time limit. We don't hunt many ferocious beasts now. Zhao He stared at the woods and whispered, I have calculated the time, so don't worry. We don't have enough strength. Even if we go out to hunt ferocious beasts now, we can't compare to those monsters. It's better for us to crouch down with a few people and eliminate those people, and there is still some possibility of improving our ranking. Several people fell silent after hearing Zhao He's words. I don't know who it was, but someone on the tree exclaimed. Brothers, someone is coming. Everyone was shocked and quickly restrained their breath. One person, Zhao He, was a little surprised. Most of the people who entered the secret realm of mountains and seas had secretly formed alliances. If you want to hunt ferocious beasts, it is not enough to rely on one person. Isn't that the person who was rumored to be escorted by the Grand Master a few days ago? What, Grand Master escort, really or not? Even if you are the genius of a city, you don't need to be treated like this. Doesn't that mean this person is a monster? Brother Zhao, what are we doing? Several people turned their attention to Zhao He. Zhao He was the strongest among them, and his cultivation had reached the 8th star of a warrior. Zhao He looked at Li Mu and gritted his teeth. Done. Too quiet. A strange feeling arose in Li Mu's heart. At this moment, several shadows shrouded his head, and Zhao He and others were seen trying their best to kill Li Mu. With the token protection, even if a few of them surrounded him, they would only be able to eliminate Li Mu. Boom. The ground trembled, broken soil splashed around, and billowing smoke swept out. Where are the people? Zhao He glanced at the open space and saw that Li Emu's figure had disappeared. Suddenly, a cold voice echoed in several people's ears. Are you looking for me? Zhao He shuddered and just wanted to turn around. However, the oncoming punch actually brought him the threat of death. Boom! The void trembled, the token effect was activated, and Zhao He was teleported out of the secret realm of mountains and seas. Brother Zhao. The remaining people turned pale and looked at Li Mu in fear. He killed Brother Zhao instantly with one blow. Does this man have the strength of a martial artist? No, they can't be eliminated now. Without saying a word, several people used their body skills to escape into the distance. Now that you're here, don't leave. Wandering dragon steps. In an instant, Li Mu appeared in front of several people like a ghost and swept across with one blow. The terrifying power emerged instantly, and several people froze as if they were standing on the spot like wooden stakes. In less than half a minute, Li Mu eliminated a strong team. Seeing this scene, the warriors in the galaxy base shook their heads. The combat experience is too different. This Li Mu often fights fierce beasts. The waves behind the Yangtze River push the waves ahead. Today's young generation is amazing. Many older warriors couldn't help but sigh. Time passed quickly, and less than half of the time for the mountain and sea hunting was left. Teachers who watched the Shanghai hunting basically thought that there was no suspense about Li Mu winning first place. The overwhelming strength he displayed was not on the same level as others. At the same time, Li Mu's cultivation level in the secret realm of mountains and seas has been promoted to the 4th level of martial arts. A 4-star warrior, there should be no one who can match his level of cultivation. Wrong. Li Mu suddenly remembered a person, the young man wearing a black windbreaker from before. At this time, Li Mu came to an empty Lois land. Looking at the huge palm print in front of him, Li Mu's face gradually became serious. That footprint. The expressions of the people in the galaxy base changed when they saw the huge footprints. Is that kid serious? That is a 4th level advanced ferocious beast. Its strength is comparable to that of a peak martial artist. Without Yuanli, it can't even break through the defense. You're still too young after all. Many people think that Li Mu is incapable of defeating the 4th level high-level ferocious beast. Not to mention defending against the ferocious beast that he claims to be. As the scene turned, Li Mu had already reached the depths. The ground shook slightly, and dull sounds came from inside. Ancient trees collapsed and smoke and dust rolled up. In the long smoke and dust, the huge shadow is like a mountain. The closer you get, the more you can feel the terror of the huge beast. Gradually, a mammoth covered in golden armor appeared in front of Li Mu. The golden armor was as dazzling as gold, and it was as tall as 2 or 3 stories high. In front of this huge body, Li Mu was extremely small compared to it. If it were anyone else who saw this ferocious beast, they would probably run away without wanting to stay here for a moment. But for Li Mu, this is a good way to test his own strength. Yuanli, bloodline, 4-star warrior, how strong is he when he explodes with all his strength? Even he himself doesn't know. The golden armored mammoth let out a war cry, and the sound shook the sky. Li Mu released his aura without any scruples, and the 4-star warrior's aura was instantly crushed away. The golden armored mammoth noticed the aura and turned around to look at the tiny Li Mu with disdain. That look seemed to be mocking the other person's overestimation. The golden armored mammoth roared angrily and ran towards Li Mu. As the golden armored mammoth ran, the surrounding area trembled violently as if an earthquake had occurred. Li Mu's eyes condensed, his aura climbed to its peak, and the spirit weapon in his hand bloomed with an icy cold light. Crazy thunder sword technique. The sword light tore through the void, and the dazzling sword light rose from the ground. A thunder exploded in the void. The momentum was soaring into the sky, smoke and dust suddenly exploded, and there were several continuous explosions and roars. Incredible. The warriors in the galaxy base looked at the battle scene of one person and one elephant in shock. As a martial artist, Li Mu was on par with the 4th level high-level ferocious beasts. Madman tactics. Li Mu's kung fu attacks were fierce, like a violent storm that didn't give the opponent a chance to breathe. His perfect body skills allowed him to easily avoid the attack of the golden armored mammoth. The golden armored mammoth is famous for its defense, although Li Mu and the golden armored mammoth are equally superior. But most of Li Mu's attacks failed to break the golden armored mammoth's defense. The dazzling golden armor is indestructible, like an impregnable city gate protecting the golden armored mammoth. It's not enough. Li Mu put Ling Wu back into the scabbard. This scene made the teachers in the martial arts academy extremely confused. Why did he collect Ling Wu? I'm planning to give up, but being able to fight against the golden armored mammoth is pretty good. Hey, if it weren't for Grandmaster Xie, I would never let this child go. They are not qualified enough to compete with Galaxy Holy Academy to snatch people. These martial arts academy are not qualified enough. After all, Galaxy Holy Court is the holy place that martial arts practitioners yearn for. Li Mu's eyes were firm and he showed no intention of backing down. The golden armored mammoth swung its long nose and looked at Li Mu condescendingly, as if to say, "It's useless if you and I are evenly matched unless you can break through my defenses." Suddenly, Li Mu's figure disappeared instantly. Following an explosion, the golden armored mammoth staggered back a few steps. How is that possible? Everyone in the galaxy base stared with wide eyes in disbelief. Xie even looked at this scene with a flash of surprise in his eyes. The power of blood. There was a rumble in the void, and Li Mu punched the golden armored mammoth's huge body one punch after another. One punch after another, the force became stronger each time. Gradually the void presents a distorted vision. The ninth punch. Shocking fist. In an instant, Li Mu's arm muscle swelled several times, and veins surged out like a brachiosaurus. Punch out. It was as if the atmosphere had been exploded, and the destructive power poured out like a torrent. Ouch! The golden armored mammoth wailed, and its huge body instantly flew backwards. A hill not far ahead collapsed instantly, and a wisp of white smoke floated in the sky. Scarlet blood was flowing on the ground, and the indestructible golden armor of the golden armored mammoth was cracked. The bloody wounds were shocking. The golden armored mammoth waved its proboscis and looked at Li Mu with a fierce look, dragging its wounds. As expected of a fourth-level high-level ferocious beast, it is still capable of fighting after taking the ninth punch. Li Mu showed a faint smile, and the situation in front of him was still under his control. At the same time, because Li Mu and the golden armored mammoth were making too much noise. Many people are already coming here. Did you hear what happened just now? Well, it might be a ferocious beast at the peak of the third level. If we work together, we might have a chance. Yes, if we can hunt down a ferocious beast at the peak of the third level, I guess we. Just as the man finished speaking, he was suddenly shocked by the scene in front of him. What is that? Everyone was extremely shocked as they watched the battle between one person and one elephant, and the ground kept shaking. Smoke and dust rolled up overwhelmingly, and the power of the battle swept across all directions. Golden armored mammoth. The fourth level peak ferocious beast. Oh my god. We still have monsters here who can compete with the fourth level peak beasts. The fourth level peak, that has the strength of a 9-star martial artist. Is that person really the same age as us? The oncoming power made many people turn pale. The golden armor fell off layer by layer, and the aura of the golden armored mammoth was much weaker than before. It looked at Li Mu in front of it with fear. He was obviously a weaker ant than him, but how could he have such terrifying strength? Li Mu stood on a boulder and looked at the golden armored mammoth calmly. It's time to deal with you. After entering the secret realm of mountains and seas and hunting so many ferocious beasts, his 9th level martial arts has reached the peak of entry level. The power of 9th level martial arts at the peak of entry is much more terrifying than the perfect shock fist. This is the gap in martial arts. And this time, Li Mu planned to use his Yuan power. Zitsa. Thunder suddenly erupted around Li Mu. It was clear that these thunders were not transformed by martial arts visions, but actual thunder transformed by Yuan Li. Rumble. The void exploded and thunder flashed. Thunder flashes. Li Mu transformed into thunder, and the dazzling thunder among the lightning and flint penetrated the body of the golden armored mammoth. The golden armored mammoth didn't even make a wailing sound, and a piece of shocking flesh and blood appeared in its abdomen at some point. There were burnt marks near the wound, and the aroma of meat gradually filled the air. Boom! The golden armored mammoth fell, the ground trembled, and billowing smoke and dust rolled up overwhelmingly. Everyone who saw this scene was stunned. The golden armored mammoth is dead. What was that just now? That kind of power could be the 9th grade martial arts. Who is that person? Could it be that he is a child of a big family? His 9th level martial arts seems to have reached the entry-level level. All the warriors in Shanghai base stood up when they saw this scene. A peak martial artist trembled excitedly. That child, Yuanli, was born in the martial arts realm. That kind of thunder is unmistakable. It's not a martial arts phenomenon, it's thunder transformed by Yuanli. And this kid, the 9th grade martial arts, has actually reached the peak of beginners. His martial arts talent is even more terrifying than the original Wind War god. Everyone looked stern. The god of Wind War was an extremely dazzling figure in a certain period in the past. His martial arts talent and cultivation talent were the best in history. No one could compare with him at that period. He became a master at a young age of only 20. In less than 2 years, he surpassed the realm of a master and became a venerable person. Now, this Wind War god has already left Kyushu to fight in the starry sky. If nothing else happens, he may have become a saint. Xie Given looked a little excited, but he tried his best to suppress his mood. Yao Yao, maybe you really can have one more junior brother. Congratulations on killing the golden armored mammoth. You will lose 5 years of cultivation and obtain the golden armored bloodline. Quote. It has been detected that the golden armor bloodline meets the fusion conditions. Please tell me whether to fuse. Fusion. After the words fell, Li Mu's aura gradually increased. 4-star peak. 5 years is just the peak of 4 stars. I hope Tianchi can change his talent for cultivation. Can the golden armor bloodline fusion raise the bloodline level to another level? Suddenly, Li Mu's expression changed slightly. At this time, his energy and blood surged out uncontrollably. Thunder and earth fire surged around him, and his blood energy surged like a wild dragon. The aura of terror swept across all directions, and the people nearby felt suffocated for an instant. That's right. In the galaxy base, Xie Given finally couldn't calm down. Bloodline anomaly. This is a vision only possessed by heavenly bloodline. Did Li Mu's bloodline not fully awaken before? Heavenly level bloodline. Even if you look at Kyushu, you can only count it on your hands. With a heavenly bloodline, you will definitely become a venerable person in this life, and becoming a saint will not be a problem. Heaven level. Li Mu is actually of heaven level bloodline. I can't imagine that such a monster would appear in this small Qingcheng. Heaven level bloodline. Other martial arts schools except the Holy Academy cannot cultivate it. The resources needed for the heaven level bloodline cannot be provided by other martial arts schools except the Holy Academy. We have witnessed a legend. Li Mu will definitely stand at the top in the future. In the secret realm of mountains and seas. At this time, Li Mu was already in a mysterious artistic conception. That kind of ecstasy, the whole person has a feeling of soaring. His bloodline increased and his chi and blood surged. At this moment, Li Mu felt like he couldn't use up all his strength. Has my bloodline been promoted? This fusion feels completely different from the previous ones. Not only has the strength changed, but it seems that even the energy has increased a lot. If he were to face the golden armored mammoth again at this time, it probably wouldn't be as strenuous as before. I don't know if I can match the Grandmaster. Li Mu shook his head and quickly gave up his thoughts. Grandmaster is a completely new realm, which is equivalent to becoming a saint and possessing the ability to destroy mountains. Naturally, Li Mu can't reach this point yet, and he is still some distance away from being a master. It should be almost time. I'd better seize this opportunity while I can. As soon as the words fell, Li Mu's figure disappeared from that spot. Several people hidden in the grass stared blankly at the body of the golden armored mammoth. Didn't he even collect the materials from the golden armored mammoth? The material in the 4th level high-level ferocious beast is enough to create a high-grade spiritual weapon, and he just left like this. Although a few people wanted to go forward to collect, time was running out for hunting in the mountains and seas, and they had to hunt down the ferocious beasts as soon as possible. In the secret realm of mountains and seas, dozens of ferocious beasts fled violently, and an afterimage flashed across the mountains and forests. At the moment when bursts of sword light flashed through, the ferocious beasts died suddenly one after another. In the secret realm of mountains and seas, a bloody afterimage killed one ferocious beast after another. Everywhere he went was filled with blood and carnage, and the beasts facing him were powerless to resist and could not stand a single move in front of him. Congratulations on killing the mountain fire monitor lizard and losing 3 years of cultivation. Wu Fu 5 stars. Li Mu breathed a sigh of relief and finally made a breakthrough. The corpses of ferocious beasts piled up like mountains in the rear, and blood flowed into rivers, giving people the illusion of a bloody world. Suddenly, a powerful pressure swept out. Li Mu's expression changed slightly, and he looked at the person in front of him in surprise. Kindness. Wu Yuan showed a smile and said, "Finally I found you. Fight with me, you are the only one among these people who is qualified to fight with me." Wu Yuan's eyes were full of expectation, and there were very few people of his age who could compete with him. But the Li Mu in front of him was definitely qualified to let him use his full strength. However, Li Mu said expressionlessly, "Sorry, I'm not interested in you." "What? Hey, if you beat me, I will give you a 9th level body skill." Just when Li Mu was about to leave, he suddenly stopped when he heard these words. "Are you serious?" Wu Yuan nodded seriously. "Why should I believe you?" Li Mu asked doubtfully. 9th level body skills are even rarer than 9th level martial arts. Those who can produce 9th level body skills are at least martial arts disciples from big aristocratic families. If I regret it, go to the Wu family in Donghai to find me. Donghai Wu Yuan. Okay, I'll fight you. Hearing this, Wu Yuan's face was full of excitement and he released his aura. 7-star warrior. Amazing. Li Mu had to say that he was a little envious. What a monster of talent it would be to become a 7-star warrior at this age. Looking at him like this, he is still a member of a noble family. If he had this talent, he would have become a master long ago. You have to be careful, I'll be a bit harsh. It's okay, come on. Li Mu looked calm. As soon as he finished speaking, a bolt of lightning flashed under Wu Yuan's feet, and in an instant he seemed to turn into a bolt of thunder and flash past. 9th grade body technique. Li Mu's heart trembled. At that moment, Wu Yuan had already rushed in front of Li Mu, punched out with great power and made an explosion. Hey, Wu Yuan was surprised. His punch actually failed. He has already mastered the 9th grade body technique, but Li Mu can still dodge. It is indeed not easy to get started in the 9th level. If you are proficient in movement techniques, I may not be able to react. Li Mu didn't know when he came behind Wu Yuan. Lightning burst out in a flash, and a dazzling thunder suddenly rose from the void. Not good. Wu Yuan's nerves were tense and he felt the crisis. Qi and blood surged out wildly, and he chose to punch hard. Boom! There was an explosion in the void, a storm swept across, and the leaves rustled down. The two of them stepped back several meters from each other and looked at each other in disbelief. He was able to resist the perfect martial arts head-on. Incredible. The perfect martial arts. I really saw the right person. Wu Yuan was not afraid, but showed an extremely excited expression. The next moment, his skin gradually turned red, his pores released steam, and his breath was about to increase several times. Special physique. Before Li Mu had a chance to react, there was a loud bang and Wu Yuan transformed into a violent wind. The display of martial arts was astonishing, like a torrential rain rushing from the sky, suppressing Li Mu with an overwhelming advantage. Li Mu, who kept retreating, also had excitement in his eyes. The feeling of an evenly matched battle. Suddenly, a strange force caused Wu Yuan's complexion to change, and he flew backwards. Thunder and fire surged wildly, and mysterious light suddenly appeared. Li Mu's aura also climbed to its peak, when he released his aura without any scruples. Wu Yuan's legs couldn't stop shaking. I'm actually scared. Under the power of qi and blood, Wu Yuan had the illusion that Li Mu in front of him seemed not to be a human being, but a terrifying beast. It gave him the feeling that he was at least a 5th-level ferocious beast. Lightning suddenly appeared, and Li Mu struck out with his palm among the lightning and flint, and the lightning erupted and rushed away like a wild dragon. Boom! Dazzling thunder and fire exploded, a small mushroom cloud slowly rose, and smoke and dust filled the surroundings like a wave. Li Mu's eyes were locked on Yanshin. After the smoke and dust dispersed, Wu Yuan's figure disappeared. Li Mu was stunned subconsciously, and then immediately reacted. Perhaps it was because the power of his attack was so great that it directly triggered the token ban, and I am afraid that Wu Yuan has been teleported out. What a pity. The terrifying power on Li Mu gradually faded, and he went to hunt the ferocious beast alone. Anyway, I have obtained the 9th grade Shenfa. The instructors who watched this battle were stunned. The power was comparable to a strike from a top martial artist. Even Wu Yuan, who has the body of 100 battles, lost. This child's strength is too terrifying. Didn't you say that Li Mu's cultivation is just a martial artist? The attack just now was full of the power of a peak martial artist. Is this the terrifying thing about heaven-level bloodline? It's too scary. A martial artist is comparable to a top martial artist. This kind of strength can crush countless people of his age. Looking at the Holy Academy, there are probably only a few who can rival Li Mu. If I read it correctly just now, his 9th level martial arts has reached the level of mastery. I can't even imagine his martial arts talent. Many people were shocked to the point of numbness because of Li Mu. Such a genius could only enter the Holy Academy. Only the Holy Academy had enough foundation to cultivate such a monster genius. In the square, Wu Yuan looked around blankly. Where is this? I was eliminated. Wu Yuan's head was dizzy now. He couldn't understand why he was eliminated. Could that blow have threatened his life? Li Mu, I remember this name. Although Wu Yuan felt a little pity in his heart, he didn't care. For him, this mountain and sea hunting is just a trial. Dong dong dong. Not long after, the clear bells rang through the square. The mountain and sea hunt is over. Many blue light spots appeared in the square, and the contestants in the secret realm of mountains and seas were teleported out. At this moment, a scream came out from nowhere. Everyone heard the sound and ran away. They held their breath for a moment and looked at the bloody figure in horror. The monstrous evil spirit makes people tremble and feel scared. Is this person really the same age as them? Why do I feel like a murderer? Li Mu's eyes gradually became clearer and he looked around. It seems to have come out. He restrained his breath, which made the people around him feel much better. But even like this, no one dared to approach Li Mu easily. Look at the rankings. Everyone looked at the dazzling ranking list with anticipation, but when they saw the number 1 name and the record, everyone was shocked. At this time, everyone's heads felt dizzy, and even Wu Yuan felt like he was dreaming. Someone trembled. Really? Fake. One person has killed so many ferocious beasts, and most of them were 2nd level, 3rd level, or even high level ferocious beasts. He also killed advanced 4th level ferocious beasts. Oh my god, what kind of monster is this? Is there any moisture in this? All go, you dare to say this? We didn't see that the whole process was watched by the Martial Arts Alliance, and even people from several major martial arts schools were there. If there is any water in this, that guy's background is terrifying. First among mountains and seas. Li Mu was not surprised at this ranking. Everyone wants to know who Li Mu is. A bitter smile appeared at the corner of Wu Yuan's mouth. I'm not as good as him. As a 4th level senior, even with his 100 war-mad body, he does not have the strength to kill the 4th level senior ferocious beast. At the same time, a few more figures appeared in the square again. Several waves of considerable pressure came towards them, causing many people to show awe. It's the teachers from the Martial Arts Academy. The people around were extremely excited. They straightened their collars and showed serious faces, hoping to be favored by their favorite martial arts school. At this time, someone looked at this person with a horrified expression and a trembling body, and said in horror, "How is that possible? He is actually the mentor of the Galaxy Holy Academy." What? Everyone was stunned, staring with horror. Tutor of Galaxy Holy Academy. How is that possible? In the past few years of hunting in the mountains and seas, no mentor from the Galaxy Holy Academy showed up. Tutor of the Holy Academy. Li Mu glanced around and his eyes instantly fell on Xie Given. This breath, more powerful than Master Xing. Is he a great master? Or is he? Li Mu's breathing became rapid. Everyone in the Galaxy Holy Courtyard aspired to the Holy Land of Martial Arts. Even if he owns the system, he still yearns for the Galaxy Holy Courtyard. Because of the resources, martial arts, and countless secret trials of the Galaxy Holy Courtyard, the Galaxy Holy Courtyard is heaven to him. In a flash of thought, Xie Given suddenly came to Li Mu. Li Mu's pupils shrank and he looked at Jia Given in front of him with great shock. Li Mu, you are very good. Are you interested in entering the Galaxy Holy Courtyard? In an instant, the whole place was completely silent, and you could hear a needle drop. Direct admission. No need for assessment. OMG. What kind of evildoer is this Li Mu that he deserves to be directly recruited by Neng Shengyuan? Don't you have to pass the assessment to enter the Holy Academy? Li Mu asked doubtfully. Xie Given smiled slightly. Others may want it, but you don't. The heavenly bloodline has enough qualifications to enter the Holy Court. Everyone only felt a thunderous explosion in their ears. Heavenly bloodline. He is actually a heavenly bloodline. Oh my god. No wonder he has such an incredible record. This guy is such a monster. I'm afraid that the evil aura that filled his body just now was left behind when he slaughtered the ferocious beast. It's too scary. He can kill the 4th level high-level ferocious beast. He doesn't have the combat power of a Grandmaster, right? Impossible. The Grandmaster is not a cabbage, and the power of a Grandmaster cannot be described in words. What he can be sure of is that there are very few people at the martial arts level who are his opponents. Perhaps only those monsters in the Holy Academy can match him. Everyone looked at Li Mu with awe. But now the gap in Wu Yuan's heart has disappeared. He would not be ashamed to lose to the owner of the heavenly bloodline. It's just that he is very curious as to why there is a heaven-level bloodline owner in the small Qingcheng. When will I report? Li Mu said directly. Xie Given was stunned subconsciously, and then started laughing again. He didn't expect Li Mu's character to be so direct. Very good. To his liking. You go back to Qingcheng to prepare first, and I will pick you up in a week. Student understands. Li Mu nodded. Jia Given stretched out his finger and tapped Li Mu's eyebrows. Suddenly a martial arts came into Li Mu's mind. A ground-level martial arts is a meeting gift for you. Earth-level martial arts. The people around him looked at Li Mu with envy for a while. Earth-level martial arts, I don't know if they will be able to come into contact with Earth-level martial arts in this life. Is this the Galaxy Holy Courtyard? It is an Earth-level martial arts to take action at will, and it is simply rich and powerful. Li Mu looked happy and quickly thanked Xie Given. After Xie Given gave a few instructions, he left the square. Li Mu looked around. He didn't care about the eyes of the people around him. He locked on one person and walked over. 9-level body skills. Li Mu came to Wu Yuan and said directly. Wu Yuan shook his head helplessly and said bitterly, you already have Earth-level martial arts, but you still care about 9th-level body skills. Li Mu frowned, thinking that Wu Yuan wanted to regret it, and immediately showed dissatisfaction. Wu Yuan noticed Li Mu's strange behavior and hurriedly said, don't get me wrong, I'm just stupidly lying to you. I'll make a copy for you later. Let's make a friend first. Li Mu didn't think Wu Yuan was a liar, so the two became friends. After returning to the room, Li Mu cleaned the blood on his body and lay down on the bed relaxedly. After hunting in the mountains and seas, he was exhausted, but Li Mu was not resting now. Instead, he sat cross-legged and studied the Earth-level martial arts. Mountain and Sea Seal, middle-level martial arts. It turned out to be a middle-grade martial arts at the Earth level. Mountain and Sea Seal, an ancient sealing method, has the power to shake mountains and seas. Li Mu was a little lost, but he was able to shake the mountains and seas. Is this the middle-grade martial arts of the Earth level? It's so terrifying. Even the Earth-level martial arts has such great power. The power of the day-level martial arts is simply unimaginable. Li Mu calmed down and understood this seal method. Qingcheng High School, the first school-wide meeting was held. All the teachers entered the auditorium with doubts and confusion. This is the first time Mr. Chow has held a school-wide meeting. What is the purpose of convening the school meeting this time? Is it for the development of the school? Do you know? I don't know, I don't have any news at all. Forget it, why are we thinking so much? If Mr. Chow called us here, there must be something big to discuss with us, so let's not make blind guesses. The person sitting on the high platform seat should be the school leader, and at this time Zhang Li's figure appeared on the high platform. Everyone was stunned when they looked at Zhang Li. Why did he run out? Wait a minute, is his name still written on the spot? Suddenly, all the teachers probably understood something, and their expressions became a little excited. Could it be that the mountain and sea hunting is over? Li Mu's participation in hunting in the mountains and seas is already known to everyone, and every teacher in the school knows about it. At this time, Chao Wenwei sat in his seat and looked at the school teacher and slowly spoke. Today is a big day for our Qingcheng High School. A great event that has never happened in 100 years. Big happy event. When everyone heard this, they were shocked. Is it really the hunting in the mountains and seas that is over? Li Mu achieved excellent results in hunting in the mountains and seas. Li Mu achieved first place in this mountain and sea hunting. At the same time, Grandmaster Jia of the Galaxy Holy Academy directly recruits Li Mu to enter the Galaxy Holy Academy. Li Mu will enter the Galaxy Holy Academy in a week. What? The pupils of the teacher's present continued to dilate, and Chao Wenwei's face turned red. No matter how many times he was told this news, he was still extremely excited. Directly recruited into the Galaxy Holy Courtyard. The last person to be directly recruited seems to be the God of Wind. Doesn't that mean that their Qingcheng High School has a student who entered the Galaxy Holy Academy, and he is a student comparable to the original Wind War God? After the dead silence, there was an uproar like a sea wave in the Great Hall. At the same time, the Lu family. Lu Shuangyan was lying on the windowsill, looking at the blue sky and white clouds, wondering what she was thinking. Just then a beautiful woman walked in. Shuangyan. Lu Shuangyan turned around and looked at He Qing in surprise. Mom. He Qing closed the door and looked at her daughter with a complicated expression. There is news about Li Mu. Lu Shuang's face lit up and she couldn't wait to ask, there's news? Then tell me how he hunted in the mountains and seas. Why? He Qing sighed. Do you really have no other feelings for him? Lu Shuangyan's face froze, and then a light blush appeared on her face. Mom, why do you ask this? I said that Li Mu and I are classmates. I want to get to know him because I admire him. He is a strong man and a genius. People can't help but want to find out. He Qing knows best that once a girl wants to get to know a boy, she has already fallen. You have to be mentally prepared for what I'm saying. He Qing's words subconsciously made Lu Shuangyan's heart tighten. Could it be that something happened to him? Li Mu is very good, even a monster. He is the first place in this mountain and sea hunting. First place. Lu Shuangyan's beautiful eyes seemed to bloom with stars, showing admiration. Not only that, the mentor from the Galaxy Holy Academy also appeared during the Shanghai hunting. Galaxy Holy Courtyard. Lu Shuangyan couldn't help but exclaimed. This mountain and sea hunting actually alarmed the Holy Courtyard. Could it be? He Qing nodded. In 1 week, Li Mu will enter the Holy Academy and become a student of the Holy Academy. Rumble. This news was like a thunderbolt falling on Lu Shuangyan's forehead. Enter the Holy Academy. Direct admission, Lu Shuangyan said with a trembling voice. Kindness. Lu Shuangyan seemed to have lost her soul, and tears could not stop falling from the corners of her eyes. Mom, I want to be alone. Shuangyan, be more open-minded. That child is a real dragon from the 9 heavens and is not from the same world as us. In the room, Lu Shuangyan lay alone on the bed and sobbed. Enrolling in the Holy Academy means that he and Li Mu will live in 2 different worlds. It would be extremely difficult for her to enter the Holy Academy with her qualifications, unless she could awaken her bloodline or have a special physique. Relying solely on her martial arts talent, her ultimate goal is to be a grandmaster at best. The rugged and winding mountain road is surrounded by lush vegetation. Rare beasts can be seen everywhere on the mountain roads. Although these strange beasts are huge in size, they do not have the ferocity of ferocious beasts. Li Mu followed the people from Shanghai base to Tianqi. Tianqi stands on the top of the mountain, hidden in the white mist, and exists closest to the sky. The water in the pool is like mud and fat, and the white jade is like white mist. Li Mu, this is the Tianqi. According to the rules, you can only be baptized in the Tianqi for 1 hour, and you must come out after 1 hour. The peak martial artist looked at Li Mu and said slowly. Yes. After waiting for the people to leave, Li Mu took off his clothes and stepped into Tianqi. For the first time, Li Mu felt as if he was bathing in a mountain spring, and then a numbness spread throughout his body. But what Li Mu didn't expect the most was the sound of the system ringing in his ears at this moment. Special energy has been detected, which meets the system upgrade conditions. Please ask if you want to upgrade. System upgrade. Li Mu was extremely surprised. But this is Tianqi. Will the system upgrade drain out the essence of Tianqi? However, system upgrade is a temptation that Li Mu cannot refuse. Upgrade. Li Mu gritted his teeth and was decisive and cruel. Suddenly, Li Mu's eyes blurred and his consciousness fell into drowsiness. And in Tianqi, an extremely shocking vision occurred. A dragon lurks in the clouds and mist of Tianqi Lake, a roar of dragons erupts, and a bright moon rises slowly. The terrifying power is like the torrential rain washed by the sky and rolling down from Tianqi. The expressions of the two grandmasters secretly guarding Tianqi suddenly changed. In an instant, they came to the top of Tianqi and looked at the strange phenomena that filled the Tianqi. They all showed extremely shocked expressions. Such a vision is rare in the world. Back when Feng War God stepped into Tianqi, there was also a shocking vision. But according to the video from that year, it seems that Li Mu's vision was even more terrifying than Feng War God's. Apart from the heavenly bloodline, does Li Mu have any special physique? The Grandmaster on the side looked extremely horrified. If that were the case, then Li Mu would be too scary. With heavenly blood and special physique, as long as he doesn't perish in the future, he will definitely be able to become a saint and become one of the giants who conquer the starry sky. Second old man. Suddenly the walkie-talkies on the two masters rang. What exactly happened to Lao Tianqi? The energy of Tianqi has dropped significantly. In just this short period of time, the energy of Tianqi has been reduced by a quarter. What? Just when the two of them were shocked. Boom. The pillars formed by the clouds and mist in Tianqi poured into the sky, forming a vast whirlpool of wind and clouds. It is obviously broad daylight, but there is a bright moon in the sky and a looming dragon in the clouds. Oh my God, what is that? The people at the foot of Tianqi mountain were shocked when they saw this miraculous vision. The swimming dragon hides in the clouds and mist, and the bright moon illuminates the Tianqi. At the same time, the voice of the warrior on the intercom became more and more urgent. You two can't delay any longer. The energy left in Tianqi is less than half. If we continue, Tianqi will be exhausted. What? Only half left. The expressions of the two grandmasters changed drastically. Looking at the Tianqi that had gradually become clearer, they rushed towards Li Mu without caring. But at this moment, an extremely huge energy blasted the two grandmasters away. How is that possible? Phenomenal body protection. The two masters were shocked, and they seemed unable to stop Li Mu. Is Tianqi about to become history? Bang! A water column exploded in Tianqi, and the water curtain filled the sky like a waterfall falling. Li Mu seemed to have broken through some shackles and burst out with a terrifying power. Yuanli. The two grandmasters looked at Li Mu with their eyes completely glazed over. What kind of monster was in front of them? They even doubted that Li Mu was not human. The system has been upgraded, and the defeat drop function has been added, the skill drop has been added, and the artistic conception drop has been added. Li Mu's cloudy eyes gradually became clearer. Just now, he seemed to be traveling in the sky and bathing in the sea of stars. Li Mu looked excited, feeling the changes in himself. Tianqi. As expected, it was a great blessing for me. Defeat and drop, skills and artistic conceptions will drop. Does this mean that even if he doesn't kill anyone, he will still lose his cultivation level as long as he defeats the opponent? Doesn't that mean? Li Mu was extremely excited. Monsters were rampant in the holy courtyard, including many children from big families. If he could lose martial arts, he would be able to get rid of his current martial arts predicament. Li Mu, come out quickly. The two grandmasters stepped on the void and looked at Li Mu with scarlet eyes. They just learned the news that only a quarter of Tianqi's energy is left. If he is absorbed by Li Mu again, Tianqi will really become a thing of the past. Grandmaster. Li Mu was stunned subconsciously, but thought that he was in Tianqi. He had already guessed that these two masters might be the guardians of Tianqi. Li Mu changed his clothes, and the two masters had appeared in front of him. I've met two grandmasters. Li Mu greeted. At this time, the two masters looked at the clear Tianqi, and their hearts were bleeding. Li Mu, what kind of monster are you? Because you are less than a quarter of the energy of Tianqi, Tianqi cannot be open to the outside world for 100 years. This is Tianqi. You will absorb 3/4 of the energy. Tianqi will not be open for at least 100 years, did you know? Li Mu looked confused. His eyes shifted to Tianqi and he immediately understood what was going on. It's a bit embarrassing. Logically speaking, he cannot absorb so much energy from Tianqi, but the system may not. Fortunately, Tianqi did not seem to be completely drained, otherwise he might have been captured by the Martial Arts Alliance before he entered the Holy Academy. That, 2 seniors, you said an hour. I looked at the time and it seemed that only half an hour had passed. I don't want the remaining half hour. How about we just forget about the loss of Tianqi? Half an hour. The corners of the 2 masters' mouths twitched slightly, and they instantly had the idea of beating Li Mu to death. How could this brat be so shameless? Let's go, let's go. We must set up a sign at the foot of Tianqi Mountain in the future. Li Mu and ferocious beasts are not allowed inside. After leaving Tianqi, Li Mu returned to his room and stretched lazily. Cool. After coming down from Tianqi, it was like taking a big health care, and I felt refreshed. Ding dong. Li Mu glanced at his phone and saw that it was Wu Yuan who had sent him the body technique. 9-level body skills, Thunder Moves 3000. When you practice to a perfect state, you can transform into 3 clones and have 20% of your own combat power. Good form. His aptitude has indeed changed after entering Tianqi. He can clearly feel the changes in his practice, but no matter how much he changes, he will only have a moderate talent. However, he also unexpectedly broke through the 6-star martial arts in Tianqi. These little days are getting more and more promising. In the Xinghai base, a grandmaster looked at the numerical values of the instrument with a headache. Who would have thought that Li Mu could absorb so much energy from Tianqi? That boy's body is simply gluttonous. Master Chong, what should we do now? The other staff looked like they were about to cry. This was the first time they had encountered this situation. Livestock. Report it, report it. At least Tianqi has not been completely drained by that kid. Tianqi will recover after 100 years. Remember, from now on, Li Mu and ferocious beasts are not allowed to enter Tianqi. After 3 days of rest, Li Mu packed his things and prepared to return to Qingcheng. He has tried practicing in the past few days, and he has mastered some superficial skills. But after all, it is a 9th-level body technique and he is not very proficient in using it. Teacher, when will the junior brother arrive? I want to meet my junior brother. Yao Yao, who was like a porcelain doll, said coquettishly to Xie Given. Xie Given looked helpless, and a steel hammer fell on Yao Yao's head. Didn't I tell you not to worry? Wait a few more days. When he comes, how about I ask you to pick up your junior brother in person? Hearing this, Yao Yao, who was covering his head, suddenly his eyes lit up and said happily, Teacher, are you serious? Kindness. Yao Yao cheered for a while, just like a 5 or 6-year-old little girl. Qingcheng Airport, looking at the familiar environment in front of me. Li Mu took a deep breath. Qingcheng is better. After taking a taxi, Li Mu did not go home immediately. Instead, he planned to go to the martial arts base. On the plane, Master Xing asked him to come to the martial arts base after arriving in Qingcheng. Looking at the constantly changing scenes and familiar roads outside, when passing a traffic light. Suddenly, Li Mu's expression changed slightly. This road doesn't seem to be the way to the martial arts base. Li Mu became wary and asked in a low voice, Master, isn't this road going to the martial arts base? The driver smiled and said in a friendly manner, Young man, you don't know this, but the big road ahead is blocked. I'm taking you on a small road, which is much faster than the main road. Don't panic. Technology is so advanced now. I can't abduct you. Besides, uncle, do you think I look like a bad person? There was silence in the car for a few seconds. Picture. The taxi stopped in a deserted industrial area. The driver's kind smile turned into a sinister smile. Jia, if you want to blame me, it's your bad luck. This is the first time I have seen a warrior of your age with such strong energy and blood. With you, I will definitely be able to break through to the martial arts realm. The driver smelled disgustingly cold. Shuwu. Li Mu was shocked. There was actually an evil force coming out of Qingcheng City. But he is just an evil martial artist in the warrior realm. Even if he has extraordinary abilities, he is no match for him. At this time, the evil warrior was about to attack Li Mu. However, Li Mu frowned slightly, and a majestic energy swept away like a mountain torrent. In an instant, a dazzling thunder light suddenly appeared, and a wail exploded. Xie Wu, who was seriously injured, looked at Li Mu with fear on his face. Yuanli, you actually have Yuan power. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. How could there be such a young grandmaster in the world? I don't believe it. Xie Wu's meridians were all severed, and his martial arts cultivation was ruined by Li Mu. Li Mu looked at Xie Wu expressionlessly, and then made a call. Soon, Xinglu and other warriors arrived here. Li Mu, are you okay? Xinglu asked with concern. Li Mu is the future of the Dragon Kingdom. If Li Mu is injured, Xinglu will feel guilty for the rest of her life. Li Mu shook his head. It's just an evil martial artist in the warrior realm. Master Xing, it's not good news that there are evil martial arts in Xingcheng. Xinglu looked at Xie Wu, whose cultivation had been crippled, and a look of solemnity flashed across his face. Yes, evil forces generally operate in an organized manner. If evil forces appear in Xingcheng, it means that they have been infiltrating for a long time. This evil warrior in the warrior realm is the key to finding other evil warriors. Li Mu's choice was not wrong. This kind of matter was not left to him. People from the Martial Arts Alliance will deal with these evil martial arts. Evil forces kill people and injure innocent people. Li Mu saw a news story last year. A Xie Wu who was in the martial arts realm massacred a village and killed hundreds of villagers in order to break through to the master realm. The methods are bloody and frightening. Either kill Xie Wu with all your strength, or run away quickly. Because once it falls into Xie Wu's hands, there will be no chance of survival. The other warriors escorted the evil warrior, and Li Mu got into Xinglu's car and arrived at the martial arts base. At this time, the warriors at the martial arts base looked at Li Mu in awe. Obviously, they all already know what happened in the secret realm of mountains and seas. Galaxy Holy Courtyard is the dream of countless people, but only the most dazzling monsters of hundreds of thousands of people can enter the Galaxy Holy Courtyard. This type of people also need to pass the assessment before they can enter the Holy Court. Stepping into the office, Zhao Lei congratulated, "Congratulations, Li Mu." Stepping into the Holy Courtyard, the peak of martial arts is just around the corner. It is our Qingcheng's blessing to have a real dragon like you in our Qingcheng city. Li Mu smiled and said modestly, "Minister Zhao is overly praised. What you have to face when entering the Holy Court is a higher challenge. If you want to set foot in martial arts, it is not enough to rely on the Holy Court." Ha 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 ha. Li Mu is right. The Holy Academy is just the beginning. If you want to go further in martial arts, you have to rely on yourself. Xinglu laughed at the side. Looking at Li Mu, he remembered his past self. He once also yearned for the Holy Academy. He did participate in the assessment, but failed. But he still became a warrior without entering the Holy Court. The Holy Court was indeed a holy place for Kyushu. But it doesn't mean that you can't get ahead in your life if you can't enter the Holy Court. Ahem, Li Mu. Xinglu interrupted again at this time. Actually, Grandmaster Xing and I are both a little curious. Your bloodline is an Earth-level bloodline. Logically speaking, you are only qualified to participate in the Holy Academy examination. But why you were directly recruited by the Holy Academy makes us all a little confused. Is it your martial arts talent? The two of them could not deny Li Mu's incredible talent in martial arts. He had mastered the perfect body movement at a young age and was proficient in realm martial arts. Of course, if they knew that his shaking fist had reached the perfect state, they would not be scared to death. Color. Li Mu smiled faintly. The Earth-level bloodline may not be worthy of direct recruitment by the Holy Academy, but what if it is the Heaven-level bloodline? Hiss. The two of them took a sharp breath at the same time and stared at Li Mu. Li Mu, didn't your previous bloodline fully awaken? Zhao Lei had a terrible guess, that is, Li Mu's bloodline was not fully awakened when he was in Qingcheng High School. Heavenly bloodline. Looking at the entire history of Kyushu, there are only a handful of people with heavenly bloodline. But heaven-level bloodline usually comes from ancient aristocratic families, so how could Li Mu have heaven-level bloodline? No wonder, the heavenly bloodline is indeed qualified to be directly recruited into the Holy Court. I'm afraid you are already a high-level martial artist now, right? Li Mu released his breath, and their expressions froze for a moment. After a long silence, they screamed in horror. 6-star warrior. After returning home, Li Mu first packed some things. He hesitated for a long time and finally picked up a photo on the corner of the table. Where on earth did that fool dad go? It was clearly agreed that he was just going out for a trip, but there was no news at all. He couldn't really have died outside, right? Looking at his father, Li Mu sighed. Just wait until you have the rights to investigate. I hope the fool dad is still alive. After packing his things, Li Mu went to the blood refining jungle again. Now the two people guarding the blood refining jungle are no longer the two people Li Mu was familiar with. It is said that the two people who broke out during the beast crisis had died in the chaos. After participating in the mountain and sea hunting, Li Mu is different now. It can be said that there are no ferocious beasts that can threaten him in the blood refining jungle. Congratulations on killing the red-tailed scorpion and losing 2 years of cultivation. Congratulations on killing the charming grass, you will lose 1 year of cultivation. Congratulations on killing the fang wolf leopard, you will lose 1 year of cultivation. After a total of 4 years of cultivation, Li Mu's aura suddenly rose, reaching the peak of 6 stars. Reaching the peak of 6 stars in 4 years is indeed a mid-range talent, but such talent will become slower and slower in the future. But it is still better than the previous cultivation talent. At this moment, the sounds of fighting came from not far away, and a roar similar to that of a tiger was heard. Lu Shuangyan was sweating like rain, holding her Lingwu to hold on. What she faced was the second-level ferocious beast, the red flame tiger, which had the strength to rival high-level warriors. Lu Shuangyan didn't know why ferocious beasts like the red flame tiger appeared outside. Qi Yao's sword technique. Dazzling sword lights shot out from the void, and the flames on the red flame tiger boiled instantly. With a roar, the terrifying power swept away like a tide. Bang! Lu Shuangyan flew backwards, and the spirit weapon in her hand fell to the ground. The red flame tiger approached step by step, and Lu Shuangyan looked at the red flame tiger with a look of despair. Are you really going to die here this time? Suddenly, Lu Shuangyan saw something in a trance, and her expression changed from surprise to confusion. Bang! The red flame tiger flew dozens of meters away and turned into a corpse. Lu Shuangyan looked at the person in front of her, tears falling from the corners of her eyes. You saved me again. Chapter 31. Li Mu looked at Lu Shuangyan, who was crying inside, then pulled her up. But who knew that the moment Lu Shuang stood up, she hugged Li Mu. Li Mu froze and felt at a loss. At this time Lu Shuangyan had hugged him tightly. Squad leader, what are you doing? Li Mu instinctively wanted to push Lu Shuangyan away. But who knew Lu Shuangyan would hug her even tighter? Lu Shuangyan choked back her tears and said, just let me hold you for a short time like this. At least I can leave a good memory before you leave. Li Mu lowered his raised hand again. How could he not know what Lu Shuangyan was thinking? But Li Mu only has martial arts in his eyes, and Lu Shuangyan will eventually have a regret. After a long time, Lu Shuangyan let go. Her eyes were red and swollen and bloodshot. Li Mu, Before Lu Shuangyan could speak, Li Mu handed the Lingwu to her, and then said, Squad leader, it's not a good place to talk here. I'll take you back. Suddenly, Lu Shuangyan swallowed back what she wanted to say. In fact, she had roughly guessed what Li Mu meant, and then a faint smile appeared on her face. Li Mu sent Lu Shuangyan to the door of Lu's house. When the warriors guarding the Lu family saw Lu Shuangyan's injury, her expression changed instantly, and they hurried out to help her. Squad leader, take a good rest. With your talent, you don't have to worry so much. Sooner or later you will become a powerful warrior. Li Mu was about to leave. Suddenly, Lu Shuangyan stopped shouting. Li Mu, I have something to say to you, can you please stop leaving? Li Mu paused, but within a few seconds he still walked away without looking back. Lu Shuangyan cried again. This time she cried heartbreakingly, as if she had lost something most important. On the road, Li Mu's emotions were ups and downs. Although it was cruel to Lu Shuangyan, it was undoubtedly the best thing to do. Since you have no ideas, don't give the other party fearless hope. It's enough for me to walk the path of martial arts alone. At the same time, at Fengali Martial Arts Hall, an old man in black stepped into the martial arts hall. For a moment, the warriors all around felt a gust of wind and shuddered. Old man, what can I do for you? One of the warriors came up and asked kindly. The old man showed a smile. Although the smile was bright, it gave people a chilling feeling for some reason. I'm looking for Master Zhang. Is Master Zhang here? In an instant, the faces of the people around him froze. The martial artist looked at the old man with a strange expression and said, "Don't you know what happened at Fengli Martial Arts School? Master Zhang and the young master died a month ago." In an instant, a raging and terrifying power raged out, and the fallen leaves in the yard blew up one after another. The old man's eyes were scarlet, and he grabbed the man's neck with one hand and asked, "What did you just say?" "Guildmaster Zhang is dead. Are there still your young masters?" The warrior's face turned red and his eyes were full of fear. No one expected that the seemingly ordinary old man could have such terrifying power. Just when someone wants to go out, suddenly, the door is closed. An evil wave emitted from the old man's body, and the warrior kept struggling. Then his eyes were sunken, and his skin gradually lost its luster and looked like old tree bark. After a while, the warrior turned into a mummy. When everyone saw this scene, their scalps went numb. Xie Wu. In the martial arts hall, there was a gloomy wind, and everyone seemed to be in an ice cellar at this moment. "Tell me what happened at Fengli Martial Arts School." After a long time, Fengli Martial Arts Hall was silent, immersed in a dead silence, and the entire courtyard was filled with a strange atmosphere. "My son and my grandson are all dead. Why are you still alive?" Mummy corpses fell in the courtyard one after another. Everyone's death appearance was extremely ferocious. Their eyes were bulging, and their blood seemed to have been drained from their bodies. The old man came to a warehouse in the martial arts hall, where the portraits of Zhongshang and Zhongshang were placed. After seeing the portrait, the old man completely exploded. The power was like a gathering storm that suddenly erupted, and the turbulent air waves destroyed the objects in the library. "Shonger, Shaosong, how can you walk ahead of me? Why on earth is this?" Zhang Tianlei roared with grief and anger, and the pressure of the three-star martial artist broke out without any scruples. The weak warehouse exploded suddenly, objects flew everywhere, and the wooden boards turned into sawdust. Zhang Tianlei held the vision of the two of them, his eyes were as terrifying as the abyss. Those old yellow teeth were exposed, like a man-eating evil ghost. No matter who it is, even the master must make him pay the price. "Shonger, Mr. Shaosong will avenge you." The door of Fengli Martial Arts School exploded, and passers-by were affected. Sharp screams echoed through the streets. "What did you say? Everyone in Fengli Martial Arts School is dead. Everyone's blood has been drained. Okay, I get it. Control the scene and arrange the personnel. I will be there in a moment." After Zhao Lei hung up the phone, his expression was extremely solemn. "What's wrong with Xiao Zhao?" Xing Lu asked. "Master Xing, something big happened." After listening to Zhao Lei's words, Xing Lu's expression changed drastically and Zhao Lei hurried to Fengli Martial Arts Hall. At this time, Li Mu had just finished purchasing some things from the supermarket and was on his way home. But when he passed by Fengli Martial Arts Hall and saw so many people gathered, he stopped. Then a black car stopped. "Master Xing, Minister Zhao." Li Mu looked at the two of them with great surprise. Did something happen again at Fengli Martial Arts School? Even the two of them were startled. When Xing Lu and Zhao Lei stepped into the courtyard and looked at the corpses on the ground, they felt even more frightened and chilled. Furious, these evil warriors are really too rampant. Xing Lu was extremely angry, and the power of the master could not bear to explode. The oppressive atmosphere made it difficult for the warriors to breathe. "Master Xing," Zhao Lei said tremblingly. Only then did Xing Lu come back to her senses and calm down her breath. "Feel sorry, I couldn't control my emotions. When we call out the surveillance, we must find some clues, capable of killing so many warriors, at least the evil warriors at the martial master level. An evil martial arts master is hiding in Qingcheng. If we don't find him, there will be endless trouble." But the question came again, why did Xie Wu choose Fengli Martial Arts School, and why did he kill everyone in Fengli Martial Arts School with such fanfare? At this moment, a familiar voice came into their ears. "Master Xing, Minister Zhao. What is going on here?" Looking at the warriors who died tragically, Li Mu had a bad feeling in his heart for some reason. Evil force destroys the family. Li Mu's expression changed slightly. This evil martial artist was so rampant that he blatantly destroyed the Fengli Martial Arts School. If this news got out, it would probably cause panic. But why? Why did Shuwu choose Fengli Martial Arts School? Is there any grudge? The current owner of Fengli Martial Arts Hall is just a 5-star martial artist. Even if there is a grudge, it is with Zhongshang and the others. Li Mu learned about the situation and went home. Although he was curious, these matters were not his responsibility. Zhao Lei has already told him that if he has any clues, he will tell Li Mu. Sure enough, at night, Li Mu received news from Zhao Lei. When he saw what Zhao Lei sent him, Li Mu's expression changed instantly. Zhang Tianlei, Zhongshang's father, Zhongsong's grandfather. According to the records of the Martial Arts Alliance, Zhang Tianlei should have died long ago in a battle. But now it's happening again. Zhongshang's father. What a troubled time. Li Mu rubbed his eyebrows and judged that Zhang Tianlei was a high-level martial artist. If he was just a high-level martial artist, he could handle it. The key is that Xie Wu's methods are weird and unpredictable, and the martial arts they have learned are extremely evil. No wonder he had a bad feeling. Perhaps because he knew that Zhongshang and Zhongsong were dead, he killed everyone in the martial arts gym in a rage. Killing people like hemp. Be careful these days. Sooner or later Zhang Tianlei will find him. Although the blood-refining jungle has improved him very little now, no matter how small a mosquito is, it is still flesh. Late at night, ghostly figures appeared in the alleys. In the empty factory building, Zhang Tianlei looked at the people in front of him with gloomy eyes and said, "Have you found anything?" "Sir, my subordinates have found some clues. This man named Li Mu had some conflicts with the young master before." Li Mu, Zhang Tianlei muttered. After taking a look at Li Mu's information, a look of surprise flashed in his eyes. The small Qingcheng can actually give birth to such a genius. He is a martial artist at such a young age, and his strength is comparable to that of a martial artist. Okay. A look of greed appeared in Zhang Tianlei's eyes. The genius, energy and blood are a great supplement to Xie Wu. With his qualifications, it is as difficult as climbing to the sky to break through the master. This is only possible with the help of evil martial arts. Maybe this Li Mu can help him become a 9-star martial artist. Where is his residence? The detailed information of the evil general Li Mu was handed to Zhang Tianlei. No matter whether Shaosong's death has anything to do with you or not, you can never escape from my clutches. At 5 o'clock in the morning, Li Mu suddenly woke up from his sleep. He looked around with a dignified expression on his face. What a cold breath, it was exactly the same as the evil martial breath that attacked before. But this breath is even more powerful. It's already been found. Buzz. With the spirit snake knife in his hand, Li Mu changed his clothes and cautiously came to the door to collect his breath. Kacha. The door lock turned and it was opened after a while. At this time, Li Mu was hiding behind the door, but the moment he opened the door, bang! The door exploded instantly, and an arm filled with black energy grabbed Li Mu. Li Mu's expression suddenly changed, and a thunder suddenly rose in the void. Crazy thunder sword technique. Tear. The void suddenly trembled, thunder exploded, and the door turned into sawdust flying all over the sky. Spirit snake knife. That's Shang'er's spiritual power. Zhang Tianlei's face was gloomy, his eyes were scarlet, and a terrifying aura swept out. There was a huge noise, and the resident not far from Li Mu opened the door and shouted angrily, "It's almost midnight, why don't you let me sleep?" As soon as he finished speaking, a dazzling red light flashed and a bloody human head fell to the ground. You. Li Mu looked at Zhang Tianlei with a horrified expression. It turns out it's you who killed my son and my grandson. Little beast, I'm going to cut you into pieces. Zhang Tianlei was surrounded by bloody skulls like ghosts, and he killed Li Mu in an instant. The ground beneath my feet shook violently, and a dazzling thunder suddenly rose. Thunder moves 3000, lightning flashes across the corridor. 9-level body skills. Entry level. Zhang Tianlei shouted in horror. Zhang. The sword was like a thunderous force, crushing down, the sword light turned into a raging thunder, and the roar of thunder sounded one after another. Skeletons appeared on the surrounding walls. Boom. Li Mu's room exploded. Zhang Tianlei was like an evil ghost pouncing on Li Mu. Suddenly, Li Mu's eyes were blurred and his head was dizzy. He woke up only a second later. Clang. The golden armor blooms all over the body, and the golden light is dazzling, like the scorching sun. How is that possible? How can your mental power be so strong? Soul-eating thoughts, 7th level martial arts, rare spiritual martial arts, even martial arts masters of the same level cannot recover in such a short period of time. The next moment, monstrous yuan power exploded. Zhang Tianlei's expression changed drastically and he screamed in fear. What kind of monster are you riding on? Yuanli, you actually have Yuanli. It was quite unexpected that Li Mu could compete with him, but what he didn't expect was that Li Mu actually had yuan power. Didn't the intelligence say that this little beast only has martial arts? Even a high-level martial artist can't give into such power. Zhang Tianlei panicked. Li Mu was evenly matched with him without using Yuanli. Then how terrifying would Li Mu be now? How could such a monster be born in the small Qingcheng? What happened in Qingcheng these years? A burst of blood mist filled the air, and Zhang Tianlei wanted to escape, but he didn't know that Li Mu had already locked onto his aura. Thunder flash. 9 days of thunder tore through the darkness, the thunder roared and the void trembled, and the dazzling thunder light exploded like a long dragon. Ah! Zhang Tianlei wailed, and a big black hole suddenly appeared in his chest. Looking at the hazy shadow in the smoke, Zhang Tianlei trembled. Monster! Then his head tilted and he died completely. Congratulations on killing the evil martial artist Zhang Tianlei. You will lose 5 years of cultivation, 7 levels of martial arts, and soul-eating thoughts. Dropped martial arts. Li Mu felt happy, but when he looked up the martial arts, his expression suddenly changed. Blanche, only Xie Wu can learn it, so that's of no use. However, 5 years of cultivation has allowed me to reach the realm of a 7-star warrior. This wave of small profits is not a loss. Click, click. The corridor under Li Mu's feet had gradually cracked due to the fluctuations in martial arts. The crack spread instantly and the corridor collapsed instantly. Li Mu's feet became weightless and fell along with the ruins. Rumble. The lights in every house turned on again when they saw the greedy corridor. There was silence for a moment. Li Mu, are you okay? Zhao Lei and Xing Lu hurried over with worried expressions on their faces. Li Mu looked at the two of them and smiled. Don't worry, you two, I'm not injured. Hearing this, both of them breathed a sigh of relief. At the same time, he glanced at Zhang Tianlei's body and saw that the high-level martial artist had killed him with one blow. Zhao Lei's heart was trembling. Does Li Mu already possess such terrifying strength? It is indeed Zhang Tianlei. I didn't expect that this guy didn't die back then, but instead became an evil warrior. Zhang Tianlei was able to investigate Li Mu, which means he has a certain intelligence network. We must find those rats. Xing Lu looked at Zhang Tianlei's body and said in a low voice, once the news of Zhang Tianlei's death spreads, those evil warriors will definitely take advantage of this opportunity to kill them all. By the way, Li Mu, we have already arranged the hotel. Xiao Li will take you there. Li Mu nodded and said thanks, sorry to bother you too. After speaking, Li Mu got in the car, and Xiao Li drove the car to take Li Mu to the hotel. A few days later, when the group of evil warriors learned about Zhang Tianlei's death, they became confused and showed their ponytails. Xing Lu and Zhao Lei successfully eliminated all the evil forces in Qingcheng City, which was a thorn in their hearts. In the hotel, Li Mugong packed his things and prepared to go out. According to the time, he should report to the Holy Court today. As soon as he entered the elevator, Li Mu heard the man in a suit bragging to the female companion next to him. My family is a dignified family of masters. If you want to enter the Holy Academy, it's not a matter of my grandfather's words. Don't worry, my dear. As long as I enter the Holy Court, it's no problem. Grandmaster family, enter the Holy Monastery. Li Mu found it a little funny. The Grandmaster does not have such a big say in the Holy Court. The Holy Court is a holy land of martial arts, and there are countless Grandmasters who have gone out. Unless you are a venerable person, you may be able to enter the Holy Court through some connections. The aura of the man next to him is in the warrior realm, about 2 stars. A warrior of 2 stars at this age, his talent can only be high. With such a talent, I'm afraid I won't even be able to qualify for the assessment. Li Mu's unintentional gaze attracted the attention of the man next to him. Boy, what did you look like just now? Lu Xiaoyang asked fiercely with a fierce look. Li Mu turned a deaf ear, as if he didn't hear anything and ignored the other party at all. But it was this attitude that angered Lu Xiaoyang. I'm talking to you. Lu Xiaoyang grabbed Li Mu's collar angrily. Suddenly, a strange force gripped his arm causing pain. Stupid stuff. A guy like you wants to enter the holy court. Li Mu's eyes were downcast, and an oppressive power crushed him away. In an instant, Lu Xiaoyang's face turned pale. At this moment, it seemed that he was not facing a person, but a wild beast. You. Ding dong. The elevator door opened, and Lu Xiaoyang collapsed on the elevator. The water stains and odor on his crotch made everyone on the first floor frown. Peed. Li Mu walked out in disgust. Not long after he came to the door, the people around him seemed to notice them and screamed in surprise. Look what that is. Yuanli Arc. That's a car only owned by a grandmaster. The Yuanli Arc only requires Yuanli to fly in the air. Only a grandmaster can apply for a Yuanli Arc. The familiar figure from Arc jumped down. Let's go, Xie Given said with a faint smile. Li Mu nodded and stepped onto the Yuanli Arc, following Xie Given and disappearing into the clouds under the gaze of everyone. Who is that person? Isn't he the master's apprentice? Why, that person gave me a very familiar feeling. Familiar? Brother, don't brag, but a grandmaster can't see everything. No, I mean if that person has been in the news before. On the news. Suddenly, the frowning person's expression suddenly changed and he shouted loudly, I know. I know. That person is the mentor of the Galaxy Holy Academy. What? Teacher of the Holy Academy? Everyone was shocked. The tutor of the Holy Academy is here in person, isn't that young man? Hiss. Holy Academy students, how do you feel? Jia Given, who was driving the Yuanli Arc, asked calmly. It's amazing. Instructor, the student has a question. Just ask. It is well known that the level above the Grand Master is the realm of the Venerable, but why have all the Venerables in the past generations not appeared in Kyushu? It is as if the warriors and warriors who became the Venerable have mysteriously disappeared. Li Mu knew very well that not only the Venerables but also the Saints, once both the Venerables and the Saints ascended to the Throne of Honor or the Holy Throne, earth-shattering phenomena would occur. That's a good question. These are also things you need to know before entering the Holy Court. Honorable Sir, it is true that the Saints are not in Kyushu, but they have always existed. Xie Given said and pointed at the top of his head. Li Mu raised his head and looked at the empty sky for a moment, then his expression suddenly changed. Teacher Xie, what do you mean? Honorable Sir, are the Saints hiding in the starry sky? Xie Given shook his head. It's not hiding, it's them guarding our starry sky. In addition to our starry sky, there are also martial arts planets in other starry skies. For those planets, our starry sky is a suitable world for them to invade and plunder. Guardian of the Masters in Kyushu, guardian of the Venerables and Saints in the starry sky. We have been fighting against other stars for a long time. The blood and tears shed in the stars are unimaginable. Li Mu was stunned. Conquer the starry sky, and other starry sky warriors invade their world. Xie Given's words seemed to open the door to a new world for Li Mu. Whether it is a venerable or a saint, once you reach their realm, you are no longer immortal. In the past few years, we have been in a stalemate with those alien races, but it seems that there was some bad news not long ago. Xie Given said in a low tone. What's the bad news? Li Mu asked curiously. Xie Given swept away the gloom on his face and smiled. These things are too early for you. You will know when you can become a strong person on your own. Get ready. We're almost there. Li Mu's heart suddenly shook. Through the clouds and fog, Li Mu was stunned by the sci-fi city that came into view. Shuttle spaceships, floating cars, and technological roads like those in science fiction movies. Welcome to the Galaxy Holy Courtyard, Xie Given said with a smile. Gulu. Li Mu swallowed in shock. He never expected that Galaxy Holy Court would be a city, and it would also be a science fiction city. This is so dreamy. This is a completely different world from the outside. Don't be too surprised. The Holy Courtyard gathers the top scientists in Kyushu. The Holy Courtyard was already like this decades ago. See those blue wormholes? Those are the secret realms of ferocious beasts in the Holy Courtyard. What? The secret realm of ferocious beasts? Li Mu stared at the rotating wormhole in the void with wide eyes. Now you should also understand why the Holy Court chose to build it in this place. Xie Given said slowly. Li Mu nodded. Once there are so many ferocious beast secret realms out of control, it will be an unprecedented disaster for Kyushu. The Holy Court may be doing this as a disguised form of protection. Xie Given and Li Mu arrived at the entrance of the research institute. At this moment, a petite little girl wearing colorful clothes ran over. "Teacher," Yao Yao shouted sweetly. Yao Yao stared at Li Mu with his smart eyes. "Hello, junior brother, I am your senior sister, you can call me senior sister Yao Yao." Junior brother. Li Mu looked confused. It turns out that when Xie Given brought him into the Holy Academy, he was equivalent to being a student under his command, and Yao Yao was his third student. Li Mu is fourth. As for why he was called junior brother, Xie Given explained that it was because of Yao Yao's personality. Li Mu looked at Yao Yao and couldn't help but sigh. There are indeed endless monsters in the Holy Courtyard. At such an age, he is already an 8-star martial artist. I heard that Xie Given's other 2 students were even more terrifying than Yao Yao. The peak of martial arts. Or maybe a grandmaster. On the way, Yao Yao said with a smile on his face, "From now on, little junior brother, your sister will protect you in the Holy Courtyard and no one will dare to bully you." Li Mu smiled helplessly. Yao Yao is not young, but his behavior looks like that of a child. From what Xie Given said, it seems that Yao Yao has always maintained his innocence because of his physical condition. "Senior sister, you have to protect me from now on. If I am bullied when I first enter school, senior sister, you have to help me stand up." Okay, as long as someone bullies you, I will beat them into pig heads." Yao Yao waved his little fist and said fiercely. Soon Li Mu came downstairs to the dormitory. The dormitory in the Holy Academy looked like a luxury apartment. There are not only swimming pools but also gardens, as well as various entertainment facilities and training venues. "Xiao Mu Mu, I can only send you here. Whether you can choose a good dormitory depends on you. I have something to do and I have to go back first, so I have to work hard." After Yao Yao left, Li Mu looked at the building in front of him and dragged his luggage in. The students around him all paid attention when they saw Li Mu's unfamiliar face. Strange face and carrying luggage. Is this a new student in our school? It looks like it is. It's strange, but the school didn't notify us to interfere with the assessment. Did this kid come in through the back door? Whatever, having a new student adds some fun to us. I don't know what level of dormitory this kid can get. There was a sign in front of the dormitory building that caught Li Mu's attention. Li Mu looked at it and understood the rules of the dormitory. There are countless vacant dormitories in the Holy Academy, but the Holy Academy will not arrange them themselves. Students have to fight for them themselves. There are restrictions placed by the warriors of the Holy Academy at the entrance of each dormitory. The more luxurious the dormitory, the stronger the restrictions. The dormitory levels are divided into Earth level, Heaven level and Star level. The prefecture level is the dormitory where most students of the Holy Academy live, which is equivalent to the luxurious single-room villas in the outside world. The sky level is equipped with brand-name furniture, and the 3 bedrooms and 1 living room are fully equipped. As for the star level, it is a luxurious villa with a swimming pool, a back garden, and a complete training system. The star dormitory is equipped with a gravity training room, which can adjust gravity training at will. Many people yearn for the star-level dormitory, but only the top monsters in the Holy Court can defeat the restrictions of the star-level dormitory. Currently, there are only 5 inhabited star-level dormitories in the Holy Academy. And these 5 people have now become well-known figures in the Holy Court, ranking at the top of the Holy Court. The gravity training room. It's him. Li Mu dragged his luggage and followed the arrow to the Xingqian dormitory area. Everyone was stunned when they saw Li Mu not entering the building directly. It's really fake. Then are the freshmen going to try out the star-level dormitory? If you are not afraid of calves when you are born, you will suffer a big loss. In the history of the Holy Academy, there is only one new student who has stayed in the star dormitory. That person has now conquered the stars and is a famous figure. I have to say that I admire him a little. He is simply a fool. Let's go and have a look. Many people followed. Of course, they didn't think that Li Mu could move into the star-level dormitory. After all, there was only one freshman who stayed in the star-level dormitory. As for the current residents of Xingqian dormitory, they are all subsequent residents. Before that, they stayed in the heaven-level dormitory. As more and more people joined in the fun, the news quickly spread. The freshmen want to challenge the restrictions of the Star Dormitory. Isn't this crazy? Does he know what the Star Dormitory means? I think it's another iron-headed boy. If he doesn't hit his head, he won't even know that his head is made of watermelon. It's interesting. Let's go and see it quickly. If we go late, it won't be as lively as possible. At the same time, Li Mu seemed to be alone, but a huge army was already following him. Anyone who doesn't know would probably think that Li Mu is the leader of this group of people. Soon, Li Mu arrived at the Xingqian dormitory area. What comes into view are several villas standing in a row. Only 5 of the more than 30 villas have the owner's name written on the door. Li Mu glanced around and noticed the names of those people. He knew that these people were the top ones in the holy court. Finally, Li Mu stopped at the door of a villa surrounded by Yuan Lin. When he was about to touch the door, a majestic energy was suddenly released. Li Mu's expression changed, and he barely stabilized his figure with a flash of lightning under his feet. Yuanli. At this time, the expressions of the people around him changed, and some of them looked a little solemn. Did you just see that? That body technique is a 9th grade body technique, and it seems to be at the entry level. The entry-level 9th level body skills, this new student may not be as simple as we thought. But even so, he probably won't be able to break the restrictions of Xingqian Villa. At this time, several figures appeared in the sky, and no one noticed the few people standing in the void. The man in a suit on the side glanced at Xie Given and muttered, "Are you so optimistic about this child?" Xie Given smiled. "Don't underestimate this kid, he can always bring unexpected surprises to people." Really, I'm really curious about how capable the young man who can drain Tianqi is. Li Mu looked at the dense restrictions and put down his luggage, and the aura like a torrent in his body was instantly released. Bloodline. Open. Boom. The majestic pressure swept across all directions like a mountain torrent. Terrifying visions suddenly appeared from the void, and the pressure possessed by the heavenly bloodline was released in an instant. Li Mu's aura reached its peak. This is. The onlookers around him turned pale in shock and looked at Li Mu in horror. Heavenly bloodline. Oh my god. It turns out to be a heaven-level bloodline. Who does this new student come from? Is he from one of those families? Heaven-level bloodline. There is another heaven-level bloodline in the holy court. How can we live with this? No wonder he dares to challenge the star-level dormitory, but heaven-level bloodline alone is not enough to break the restriction, unless he has a stronger trump card. But this power is indeed terrifying. A peak martial artist might not be so terrifying. Rumble. A vibrating sound exploded, and everyone around them raised their ears, and stared at the twisted void with shock. One punch. Boom. The air waves surged, sweeping in all directions, and the power suddenly erupted like a violent storm. 2 punches. 3 punches. 4 punches. 5 punches. The ground shook violently, and everyone turned pale in front of this astonishing power. Shocking fist. Li Mu shouted loudly and punched the restraint. The void was distorted in an instant, as if even the atmosphere was cracked. The restriction was vibrating violently, and the indestructible restriction stirred up unstable energy fluctuations at this moment. The perfect martial arts. People all around stared wide-eyed. Monster. Forgetting the 9th level body skills at the entry level, he has actually mastered the martial arts at the perfect level. It's really scary. I remember this martial arts, the 5th grade martial arts shock fist, but even high-level martial arts masters may not dare to resist the power of the perfect realm. I already have a hunch that our holy court may be undergoing a major reshuffle. I'm afraid the Shan list will usher in a new king. Click. A flash of lightning flashed, and Li Mu finally broke the restriction with a lightning flash. The restriction was shattered, and everyone who came to see the excitement was silent and looked at Li Mu in fear. The identity token was inserted, and Li Mu's name suddenly appeared on the sign. Li Mu. It doesn't look like they are from those aristocratic families. It's not like a family member actually has heaven-level bloodline. How is this possible? What a monster. I'm afraid the positions of the 5 chiefs will change soon. The people around him did not affect Li Mu. He walked into the courtyard and entered the villa in full view of everyone. Xie Given said with a smile on his face. How about it? I just said that this child can bring unexpected surprises to people. The old man beside him was silent. In addition to the heavenly bloodline, this kid probably has some kind of special physique, otherwise his entrance level would not be so high. Old man, you still have some sense. Xie Given looked at the villa with a flash of light in his eyes, and said in a low voice, I'm afraid his physique is the same as that of the god of war. The old man's expression changed drastically, and he looked at Xie Given in shock. You're talking about the body of the god of war. Soon the news that Li Mu moved into the Star Dormitory spread throughout the Holy Academy. At the same time, Li Mu didn't know that he was being discussed outside. He put away his luggage, prepared his clothes, and entered the large bathhouse. All the facilities in the villa are voice intelligent. As long as he gives the order, the bathroom will be put back automatically. Li Mu does not need to operate everything by himself. Cool. Li Mu, who was soaking in the bathtub, picked up the drink delivered by the intelligent robot with a face full of enjoyment. The Star Dormitory is really extraordinary. This will be much more convenient. The Star Dormitory is equipped with AI intelligent robots. There are 6 intelligent robots in the whole house. They can complete most things, including laundry, cooking, and cleaning. The endless happiness made Li Mu feel more comfortable. But now he roughly understands that the Holy Court is a place that values strength. The resources of the Holy Court are indeed impeccable, but you have to rely on your own strength to obtain these resources. For example, Li Mu also understood the martial arts in the temple. If you want to obtain advanced martial arts, you also need to break the restrictions on martial arts. Only with strength can you obtain comparable martial arts and practice resources. After taking a shower, Li Mu came to the gravity training room. The upper limit of the gravity training room is 100 times gravity. The so-called gravity training room is to modify the gravity of the current world. Li Mu stepped into the training room and activated double gravity. In an instant, the entire training room lit up with red lights. A huge force pressed on Li Mu's body. Hiss. Li Mu took a breath, his legs kept shaking, and his breathing became much faster. Is double the gravity enough? Gravity training room, a perfect place to improve physical strength. Li Mu walked slowly step by step, each step was very laborious. In less than a minute, he was already gasping for air from exhaustion. After turning off the gravity, Li Muchun instantly felt that he had arrived in heaven and his whole body was light and airy. It seemed to be sublimated in an instant. It's cool. If I gradually adapt to gravity, my physical skills will improve rapidly even without the help of the system. Late at night, in the demonic moon secret realm, a young man stood on the top of a mountain. Under his feet were mountains piled with the corpses of countless ferocious beasts. At this time, a ghost-like figure appeared. Young master. A 3-star martial artist in black knelt behind the young man and shouted respectfully. Long time no see, Xie Yu. The young man looked at the man with a smile. Young master, someone has moved into the Star Dormitory again. Oh, the young man's face changed slightly, and a look of surprise appeared on his face. Who is that person? Is it the gorilla from Chu Shan? It's not Chu Shan. It's a new student, and this new student has the same heavenly bloodline as you, young master. Shengguan Reichen's eyes became profound. Who is that person? A descendant of which family? Young master, my subordinates also found it strange after investigating. That person's background is extremely ordinary, and he still seems to be an orphan. Orphan? How is this possible? Almost all heaven-level bloodlines are passed down to aristocratic families. How can an orphan possess heaven-level bloodline? Shengguan Reichen's face was extremely gloomy. In his opinion, Li Mu's heaven-level bloodline was a blasphemy to the children of their aristocratic families. Young master, do you want people to stare at him? Xie Yu said in a low voice. No need, even if you have heaven-level bloodline, it won't pose a threat to me, but if I let this boy join my army, he can become a powerful general under me. You go and send someone to contact that kid. I allow you to use my name. If he agrees to become my general, I promise him that he will have a share in the position of the Star Giant in the future. Yes, young master. As soon as the words fell, Xie Yu disappeared. Shengguan Reichen stood with his hands behind his hands, overlooking the ferocious beasts gathered under the cliff. Even if you have heaven-level bloodline, you are destined to be unable to compete with Judian's true dragon. I will let everyone know that there is a gap between heaven-level bloodlines. Zheng. A soaring sword intent shot straight into the sky, the cliff collapsed, and a dazzling sword shadow was dazzling under the moonlight. Shangguan Reichen transformed into a blood sword and attacked the group of ferocious beasts. The blood gathered into a river, and the corpse turned into a mountain. Shangguan Reichen, standing on the corpse bathed in blood, was like a god of death, and no one dared to stand in front of him. Holy Spirit Church. Li Mu put on his identity medal and entered the secret realm of ferocious beasts with the training resources in his hand. After entering the teleportation circle, Li Mu arrived at a floating city in an instant. The huge wormhole in the center of the city is the secret realm of ferocious beasts. Verify identity. Identity verification successfully opened for entry. The eyes of the old students around him were focused on Li Mu. The 1-star medal is for the new students who have just entered school. I couldn't wait to enter the secret realm of ferocious beasts when I first entered school. This guy is very courageous. The ferocious beasts in the Holy Court are different from those in the outside world. The ferocious beasts in the secret realm are even more ferocious and terrifying. This kid will suffer a big loss. One of the old students in the martial arts realm said slowly, "Let's go, we must hunt down the two-headed black-scaled snake today." The lightning was dazzling and shook the void. A third-level ferocious beast had a scorched black wound on its abdomen. Congratulations on your kill. The two-winged fire lizard will drop 3 years of cultivation. The aura increased rapidly, and although the strength increased, the realm did not break through. We've reached the bottleneck. Although it is a medium talent, no matter what it is, there will be a period of time when the cultivation level will be stagnant. Unless he is that kind of peerless genius, even someone as talented as Lu Shuangyan will be like this. Li Mu took out the original core of the beast and continued to hunt the beast. Not long after leaving, Li Mu suddenly heard the sounds of fighting around him. Looking around, I saw 4 people besieging a two-headed scaly snake covered in black scales. Grass. How can this beast still hold on? They've obviously all been fatally injured. Brothers, try harder. The two-headed scaly snake has a lot of merit points. If we kill this snake, we can be free for a while. Any merit, all consumption while living in the Holy Court is calculated by merit points. The corpses of ferocious beasts and the cores of ferocious beasts can be exchanged for merit points. There is a mission section in the service hall of the Holy Courtyard where you can redeem merit points. However, it would be difficult for those few people to hunt the two-headed scale snake. Boom! The overwhelming power exploded out, and one of them activated the power of his blood, and his hair stood up like an electric current. Tear. With a sword passing through, the double-headed scaly snake wailed and fell heavily. MD, this beast is finally dead. Quote, it is indeed the most difficult species to deal with among the 4th-level ferocious beasts. Brothers, don't wait and see if there is a crystal core. If not, we will lose a lot in this battle. Just when several people were about to cut open the belly of the double-headed scale snake, the black snake tail swept out in an instant. The 2 men were seriously injured and flew backwards. Chu Feng looked horrified and looked at the two-headed scaly snake in fear. How is that possible? This is molting. The two-headed scaly snake shed its snake skin like a cicada, completed its self-evolution, and the overwhelming power of the 4th-level advanced beast completely exploded. The ferocious snake head looked at Chu Feng and the others with incomparable ferocity. Black-bellied king snake. This guy evolved. The black-bellied king snake is a 4th-level high-level ferocious beast, and they simply cannot deal with it. Moreover, the injuries on the black-bellied king snake have recovered and returned to their peak. Chu Feng fled with several people without saying a word. Thunder step. The ground roared, and in a few breaths, Chu Feng had already escaped tens of meters away. Seeing this scene, Li Mu couldn't help but murmured, is this an entry-level movement skill? It's 8th grade or 9th grade. Judging from the speed, it is at least the 8th grade. Although Chu Feng and the others were already fast enough, the black-bellied king snake was faster than them. With one sweep, several people flew backwards in an instant, and even Chu Feng, the strongest among them, spit out a mouthful of blood. Ahem, why are we going to lose it here today? Beast. Brother Feng, what should we do? I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Even in the secret realm of ferocious beasts in the Holy Academy, no one was there to protect the students. The Holy Court is more cruel than the outside world. It looks prosperous but is actually a forest of steel. The law of the jungle is the iron rule in the Holy Court. What the Holy Court needs is an invincible strong man. No matter how talented you are, you cannot become a strong man without experiencing blood and killing. Chu Feng's eyes turned red, he supported his body and gritted his teeth. Don't worry, I will let you out safely. Burn it for me. Bloody steam came out of Chu Feng's body. He was burning his blood and using his own life to fight for a chance of survival for his brothers. But at this moment, at some point a human figure appeared on the head of the black-bellied king snake. It's him, that freshman. Chu Feng suddenly shrank. But, that is the black-bellied king snake. What harm can a mere new student do to the black-bellied king snake? Seal of mountains and seas. Li Mu formed a complex hand seal, and a large seal suppressed it. The majestic force gave people a feeling that it could suppress mountains and seas. The terrifying power was released like a mountain torrent, and the black-bellied king snake let out a mournful cry. Boom! The whole head could not withstand the majestic power of the mountain and sea seal, and exploded instantly. Blood fell like a curtain of rain, and Li Mu's expressionless face was stained with blood, giving people the illusion of a cold and murderous god. Congratulations on killing the black-bellied king snake. You will lose 3 years of cultivation and thin the blood of the black dragon. Li Mu was slightly startled. This black-bellied king snake actually has the rare black dragon bloodline. Incredible. The surroundings are as silent as cicadas, and you can hear a needle drop. Chu Feng looked at the body of the black-bellied king snake and was so shocked that he couldn't speak for a moment. Newborn. Freshman, are you telling me that this is a freshman? A 4th-level advanced ferocious beast can be killed instantly with one strike. This kind of strength is enough to be compared with the top 10 monsters in the Holy Academy. Chu Feng stared at Li Mu absent-mindedly. Who is he? Although the news that Li Mu moved into Xingqian dormitory spread widely, some people did not know about it. Chu Feng and his brothers are one of them. Li Mu took away the crystal core of the black-bellied king snake and looked at Chu Feng and his group and shouted, I will take away the crystal core of the black-bellied king snake. Ah, yeah. Chu Feng nodded stiffly. When he was still about to say something, Li Mu's figure had disappeared, and the shadow of a dragon could be clearly seen emerging from Li Mu's feet in the jungle. Chu Feng swallowed his saliva and said with a dry mouth, the perfect body technique. What kind of monster is this man? He could tell that the person from Shanhaiyan just now had entered the realm of entry. Shanhaiyan, that is a ground-level martial arts. There are very few people of this age who can enter the entry-level martial arts. Of course, if Chu Feng knew that Li Mu had obtained the mountain and sea seal not long ago, he might be so frightened that he would faint. Is Brother Feng really a new student? It's simply too scary. Could it be that one of the top 10 on the Shanghai list is pretending to be a pig and eating the tiger? Several other people trembled in fear. It can't be fake. You also heard the identity verification outside before. That person is the new student. Unexpectedly, another evildoer has arrived in our holy court, and the Shanhai Bang may undergo major changes. Thunder surged, the sword shone brightly, and the tyrannical sword intent seemed to be able to tear apart everything. Li Mu exuded an invincible sword power all over his body. The sword slashed out, and the tyrannical sword intention turned into thunder and ran away. With a sound of bang, the boulder in front exploded and turned into powder and dispersed all over the sky. Li Mu took a deep breath. Finally, I have completely mastered the sword's will. With thunder, let's call it Thunder Blade Intent. Thunder, tread the swallow, Wushwang. One knife after another, the killing force was surging, crushing the ferocious beast with terrifying power like a sudden storm. Li Mu, who was covered in blood, was like a god of murder. He stood on the corpse of the beast and raised his head to look up at the bloody sky. Anyone around Li Mu would probably be scared to death because of the evil spirit on his body. That's enough. The 7 stars of martial arts. With his strength, only a few people in the Holy Court can pose a threat to him. However, there are countless monsters in the Holy Court, and the martial arts masters in the Holy Court are not as easy to deal with as outside. Of course, Li Mu has this confidence. He believes that he can stand at the top. At the same time, the rankings of Chonglin's secret realm have changed. On the central screen was the ranking of hunted beasts. Everyone noticed the changes in the rankings and looked at them one after another. The Chonglin ranking has changed. Is there someone on the list? The Chonglin ranking has not been changed for several months. I wonder who is on the list this time. Astonishingly, the two big characters of Li Mu appeared at the bottom of the rankings. Li Mu, such a familiar name, why do I feel like I've heard it before somewhere? 50 is not bad. Being on the list must not be a simple person. At this time, someone in the crowd screamed. You see his ranking is still rising. 40, 30, 25. Oh my god, I'm in the top 10. I remember who this person is. He was the one who stayed in the Star Dormitory some time ago. Star Dormitory. Chu Feng, who was supporting his brother, stiffened and showed an incredible look on his face. No way, Brother Feng. That person stayed in the Star Dormitory. That's unlikely. After Chu Feng came to his senses, he asked the people around him, and everyone's answers were the same. Oh my god, it's actually true. Chu Feng's younger brother was completely stunned. At this time, Li Mu's ranking has reached 5th place. Everyone around was shocked and speechless. The first time he entered the secret realm of ferocious beasts, he was ranked 5th on the secret realm ranking list. Oh my god, what kind of monster is he? I heard someone say that this person not only has heaven-level bloodline, but also masters the perfect level of martial arts. Perfect martial arts. Real or fake? The number of people in our entire Holy Academy who have mastered perfect martial arts can be counted on one hand. Does anyone know where he comes from? Everyone around shook their heads. At the same time, Xie Yu led people to the secret realm of Chonglin. His face changed again and again when he heard the discussion around him. Young master, how can such a person be easily conquered? If he is willing to condescend to others, he will not have heaven-level bloodline. Xie Yu knew that this was a whim, but he did not dare to say it in front of Shangguan Reichen. At the same time, Li Mu, who was covered in blood, teleported out of the secret realm of ferocious beasts. Everyone was shocked when they looked at the dazzling bloody body. What a terrifying evil spirit. How many ferocious beasts has he killed? Did he kill all those ferocious beasts alone? It's too scary. Xie Yu's pupils shrank slightly. He had only felt this kind of evil aura from the young master. This man is too much of a threat to the young master. Xie Yu clenched her hands tightly, with a murderous intent in her eyes. Kindness. At this time, Li Mu noticed the malice, his brows suddenly jumped and his eyes fell on Xie Yu. Killing intent. That man actually wanted to kill me. A student of the Holy Academy. Li Mu felt a little funny for a moment. Someone wanted to kill him as soon as he entered the Holy Court. This is simply a big joke. He actually came over. Li Mu murmured. It's for me. The expressions of the people around who knew Xie Yu could not help but change. Shangguan Reichen's people. What are they here for? One of the 5 chiefs of Shangguan Reichen Holy Court, the family was founded by His Holiness, and now the ancestor of the Shangguan family is already a famous figure in the starry sky. Li Mu, our young master has something to say to you, please come with us. Xie Yu's voice was neither cold nor hot, and her whole body had an evil feeling. Your young master, so you are a messenger. Forget it then. If you young masters have something to say, just come in person. What's the point of having a condescending attitude? I think some of you should go back. Li Mu said nonchalantly. Hiss. Everyone around him took a breath. This Li Mu was not so courageous. Shangguan Reichen's strength is unfathomable. He is now at the pinnacle of martial arts. Grandmasters with ordinary strength may not be his opponents. Unless they are the masters of the Holy Academy, the grandmasters stationed in small cities may not be Shangguan Reichen's opponents. Li Mu, do you know the consequences of saying this? Xie Yu exuded terrifying power, and the other people looked at Li Mu with unkind expressions. I'm sorry, I really haven't thought about it. I'm not even interested in the young master you talk about. Boom. Xie Yu's energy and blood boiled, and the strong power spread. 3-star martial artist. Xie Yu is already a 3-star martial artist. It's really scary. I heard that a person like him with a special physique is willing to surrender to Shangguan Reichen. This also shows how terrifying Shangguan Reichen is. The icy cold blade sparkled, and Xie Yu stabbed Li Mu in the air. Facing Xie Yu's sudden attack, Li Mu looked calm, then raised his hand and slapped him, and the space around him became restless. A majestic force poured out like a mountain torrent, creating extremely terrifying pressure. Xie Yu's expression suddenly changed, and it was too late for him to defend. The extremely tyrannical force spread across all four limbs, and Xie Yu was unable to resist and flew backwards. How dare you attack Lord Xie Yu? The remaining people swooped up and burst out with astonishing power, and their martial arts gave rise to many terrifying phenomena. But in Li Mu's opinion, the strength of these people is no different from that of juggling. Bang bang bang. 3 more figures flew out. Li Mu looked down at the people with an indifferent expression and said indifferently, "Tell the people behind you, if you want to see me, stand in front of me. Don't hide behind like a turtle. If he is man, let him act like a man." The whole place fell into dead silence for a moment. Another uproar followed. Oh my God, is he declaring war on Shangguan Reichen? Except for those few people, no one has ever dared to talk to Shangguan Reichen like this since he entered the Holy Academy. This is not a declaration of war but a provocation, freshmen entering school. Although Xie Yu has not exploded with physical power, his 7-star martial arts strength is not invincible to ordinary people. This Li Mu may already have the strength to rival the chief when he first enters school. Holy Spirit Church. Li Mu, covered in blood, attracted everyone's attention. Many people frowned because of the pungent smell of blood. The evil spirit on that guy is a bit scary. I don't know how many ferocious beasts this guy has killed. Looking at the blood stains, he must have gone through a big battle. That look in his eyes, I'm afraid he is another ruthless person. Bang, 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 bang. Li Mu poured out more than a dozen crystal nuclei, which were as dazzling as gems. Everyone was stunned when they saw this scene. Oh my God. There must be more than a dozen crystal nuclei. The students in charge of registering for recycling were also stunned. Help me exchange all these crystal cores for merit points, Li Mu said calmly. Gulu, exchange them all. Kindness. The student picked up the hot crystal cores with trembling hands, and gasped when he saw one of the black crystal cores. The crystal core of a 4th-level advanced ferocious beast. All 3rd-order ferocious beast crystal cores. Who is this person? The recycling students accidentally saw the dazzling freshman medal. For a moment, he was stunned, and then said in a trembling voice, "Are you a new student?" Yes, Li Mu nodded. Suddenly, the surrounding area fell into dead silence, followed by an uproar again. New student. Impossible. How is it possible for the freshmen to hunt so many ferocious beasts? Not even the 5 chiefs at the time could do this. No, have you forgotten something? Since you are a new student, have you forgotten the mysterious new student who was reported not long ago? Hearing this, everyone's eyes changed. The news about the new students staying in Xingchen dormitory spread almost throughout the entire Holy Academy. All students and even the children of aristocratic families are investigating this student's identity. Everyone looked at Li Mu in awe. He is the new student. Really scary. Everyone looked at Li Mu's hundreds of thousands of achievements with envy. It took me so long to enter the Holy Academy before I could reach just 100,000. Li Mugong has just received hundreds of thousands of merits. This is so terrifying. There's nothing you can do. You can't compare with others. Who allows others to have heaven-level bloodline? Our holy court is going to have another evildoer this time. Li Mu went back to wash up and then came to the research institute. At this time, Xie Given was making a new spirit weapon, while Yao Yao was on the sidelines. Yao Yao was busy and saw Li Mudai and said hello quickly. "Junior brother, you are here." Xie Given frowned when he heard that the reputation was gone. "Did you go to the secret realm of ferocious beasts?" "Well, the secret realm of Chonglan. The smell of blood is too strong. How many ferocious beasts did you kill in the secret realm?" Xie Given didn't know if it was his illusion. He felt that Li Mu seemed to be much stronger than the last time he saw him. "It's not that many, just over 30. Li Mu smiled nonchalantly. "Wow, more than 30. Junior brother, you are too powerful. It has been so long since I entered the holy court and I have only killed a dozen ferocious beasts." Xie Given was stunned. He thought that a dozen were enough, but he didn't expect Li Mu to be so cruel. There are more than 30 ferocious beasts, probably all of them are on the secret realm ranking list. By the way, Teacher Xie, I want to ask you about someone. Who? Shangguan Reichen. Suddenly, Xie Given's face changed and he asked solemnly, "Why are you asking about him?" Xie Given's reaction surprised Li Mu. It seemed that the person named Shangguan Reichen had a complicated background. Li Mu then told Given what happened. Xie Given's face was extremely ugly, and he said gloomily, "What a Shangguan Reichen, he is really high-spirited. He's not looking for you for anything else. He probably wants you to become his general and surrender to him." "Teacher, what is Shangguan Reichen's background?" Xie Given sighed and told Li Mu some news about Shangguan's family. After a long time, Li Mu finally understood Shangguan Reichen's background. The family founded by His Holiness is a famous figure in the starry sky. Shangguan Reichen has the same heaven-level bloodline as him, but his cultivation is at the peak of martial arts and his strength is comparable to that of ordinary masters. When using the power of blood, the power of a grandmaster can even be unleashed. Although he is not Shangguan Reichen's hand yet, soon even Shangguan Reichen will be able to look up to him. Because he has a trump card that no one can imagine, and that is Yuanli. Once he reaches the level of martial arts master and his bloodline explodes, he may really have the strength to rival a grandmaster. Li Mu followed Xie Given to the forging room. 2 brand new double knives were placed on the table. The sharpness of the swords gave people an extremely dazzling feeling even in the peripheral vision. "You asked me to build this. The quality of this pair of swords has reached the quality of high-grade spiritual weapons. It is only one step away from being a martial treasure. For you now, this pair of swords is most suitable for you." Li Mu couldn't put it down and picked up the 2 swords, his eyes full of love. "Teacher, can I try it? There is a special training room over there." After entering the training room, Li Mu's eyes were sharp. He first used the crazy thunder sword technique. Thunder surged in the training room, and the sword light crushed the puppet like a sudden storm. In an instant, the condensed sword intent turned into wind and waves that stirred around. Xie Given's pupils shrank slightly and he said in shock, "Sword intent." Li Mu actually realized the intention of the sword. What a terrifying talent this is. The talent in martial arts is more terrifying than he imagined. None of the Wind War gods back then were so evil. Could it be that Li Mu's physique is more terrifying than that of Feng War god? Cool. After coming out of the training room, Li Mu couldn't put it down even more. As expected of Xie Given, it is much more comfortable than the one I have. Xie Given rolled his eyes at Li Mu angrily. "The spiritual weapon in your hand is inferior. How can it compare with these 2 swords? Have you decided what to call it?" "Double swords. Let's call it Luya. Little junior brother, little junior brother." At this time, Yao Yao, who was standing beside me, came over to join in the fun and said, "Little junior brother, why don't we come and compete? I think, junior brother, you are much stronger than others. I can't find anyone to compete with me recently. Many of them avoided me." "No, Yao Yao, you'd better give up this idea." Xie Given refused without saying a word. Li Mu was a little curious because Xie Given's reaction made him feel a little strange. Xie Given glanced at Li Mu. "I'm not worried about Yao Yao, but I'm worried about you. Don't forget that Yao Yao looks innocent and cute on weekdays, but when it comes to getting started, he doesn't have any temperament at all. There is not a single person who has fought against her who has not been crippled by her. I'm going. So fierce. Teacher, how strong is Yao Yao?" Xie Given glanced at the curious Li Mu and said, "Third Chief, what do you think?" "Third Chief." Li Mu looked at Yao Yao in shock. "Didn't I say that there are 2 senior brothers who are more terrifying than Yao Yao? Doesn't that mean those 2 people are also the chiefs?" Although Yao Yao is an 8-star martial artist, her physique is related to the mythical Qingluan. "Qingluan, does a teacher's physique really exist?" Li Mu asked in disbelief. "I asked the same question as you once. But now I can tell you for sure that this kind of physique really exists. The power of the Qingluan phoenix body is the most terrifying among the known physiques in Kyushu. Her Qingluan vision can even crush the Grandmaster and even rival the Great Grandmaster." Li Mu was shocked and spoke. "The realm of martial arts crushes the masters and is close to the great masters. Such combat power is only the first and third. How terrifying would it be to be the second chief and the first chief?" He still felt that he had underestimated the Holy Court. The monsters in it were unimaginable. "Oh, teacher, just let me and my junior brother learn from each other. I swear I will never get involved with my junior brother." Yao Yao pulled Xie Given's clothes and said coquettishly. Teacher, I think I can give it a try. I just want to test my own strength. Li Mu said. Xie Given's expression froze, and then his face became filled with helplessness. There's really nothing I can do against you. You guys come with me. Yao Yao and Li Mu both smiled. Junior brother, senior sister, I will definitely be careful. Yao Yao stuck out his tongue and said mischievously. Soon Xie Given brought the two of them to the spacious battle room. Verifying. Identity verification successful. Welcome to the 9th generation holographic simulation battle room. Xie Given adjusted the machine, and instantly Li Mu and Yao Yao were in the desert. Li Mu's face changed slightly. This feeling is like really coming to the desert. Junior brother, take action first. Yao Yao said with a smile on his face. Li Mu nodded seriously. Wandering dragon steps. The afterimage of Li Mu was surrounded by Yao Yao, and more than 30 Li Mu shot at the same time like clones to kill Yao Yao. Boom! A burst of cyan light exploded, and the pressure of the 8-star martial master swept across all directions. I saw a figure flying backwards in the afterimage. Li Mu looked solemn and was horrified. It was so terrifying to be able to fly him away just by relying on that power. Junior brother, work harder. Use your full strength to attack me, I won't be hurt. Use all your strength. Li Mu looked at Yao Yao with a solemn expression and said in a deep voice, Senior sister, I want to be serious. Bring it on. The power of blood. Open. Boom. In an instant, a storm of yellow sand washed over the surrounding area. Thunderous fire broke out instantly, and Li Mu's aura increased steadily. Even martial arts masters would feel suffocated in front of him. Watching all this, Xie Given frowned slightly. It's my misunderstanding. Why did I seem to see a dragon just now? The yellow sand exploded, and Li Mu seemed to turn into thunder and lightning, approaching Yao Yao. Shocking fist. The void suddenly exploded, and a punch made a loud noise like a cannonball. Yao Yao held back his face with a smile. Junior brother, the power of this move is pretty good, but it's a bit weak. Li Mu's expression changed slightly. It's really not simple. No ordinary martial artist would dare to deal with this attack directly, but Yao Yao actually blocked it with one hand. Yao Yao slapped out a palm, exuding extremely terrifying power. Thunder moves 3000. Tear. Li Mu turned into lightning and hurriedly retreated, his expression frightened and his heart filled with fear. The power of that palm just now actually made the hair on his body stand on end. Sister, I'm offended. With the two swords in his hands, Li Mu's momentum suddenly increased. The power of the swords condensed, the void trembled, and the sword intention turned into a terrifying thunder. Tear. A dazzling cold light flew out, and the sword was bright and dazzling, killing Yao Yao with a sharp intention. Clang. Sparks burst out, and the sound of gold and iron echoed continuously. Li Mu's blood boiled, and all the strength in his body poured out. The sword light was like a meteor shower suppressing Yao Yao. Yao Yao kept retreating, as if she could only defend at this time. However, a green phoenix shadow flew out, and Yao Yao exuded a terrifying aura, which seemed to be superior to mortals. Li Mu's eyes changed drastically after he was thrown away, and he looked at Yao Yao's changes in shock. The petite body became slim and graceful, with 3000 green hairs fluttering in the wind, and a pair of golden eyes that were divine and vast. Raise your hand. The wind was surging, the yellow sand was gathering, and the terrifying sandstorm was crushing towards Li Mu. Such power. Li Mu's eyes suddenly shrank. There is no other way. Yuan Li exploded, and Li Mu formed a mountain and sea seal. Driven by Yuan Li, the mountain and sea seal turned into mountains and seas, and its power was like the mighty power of heaven suppressing it. With indifferent eyes, Yao Yao's expression remained unchanged when facing the mountain and sea seal. She also formed a mountain and sea seal, and her mountain and sea seal was more terrifying than Li Mu's. Boom! The collision between mountains and sea shook the entire desert violently, and the powerful impact affected the equipment. The original environment gradually became mosaic, and the sound of electricity was emitted. Oops! The two of them won't damage the equipment. Although the one in the scientific research room is the 9th generation, the one currently training normally is the 16th generation. In comparison, this room in the scientific research room is an antique. It's over. It's all smoking. Seeing that something was wrong, Xie Given quickly stopped the machine and rushed in. Stop it all. The Grand Master's pressure poured out, and Li Mu instantly felt dizzy and half knelt on the ground. And with Qingluan protecting Yao Yao, the image of the imperial sister gradually faded back to her original appearance. Li Mu looked in fear. The Grand Master is indeed terrifying. Faced with this coercion, he couldn't even think of resisting. This is a huge gap. Junior brother, are you okay? Yao Yao quickly helped Li Mu and asked worriedly. Although Li Mu looked a little weak, he still had some strength left. It's okay, just recover a little and you'll be fine. Yao Yao took Li Mu's hand and said with a smile, Junior brother's strength is not bad, he can actually let me use 50% of my strength. What? That's only 50%. Li Mu's eyes widened and he looked at Yao Yao in shock. She's not joking, that is indeed 50% of his strength. There are countless monsters in the Holy Court. Although you have heaven-level bloodline, some of the monsters in the Holy Court are more terrifying than you think. Otherwise, why would anyone who leaves the Holy Court become a famous and powerful person? Now Li Mu was taught a lesson. Yao Yao is already so terrifying, so aren't the other two students of Xie given monster level? Chief first, Chief second. Teacher Xie, are the other two also the chiefs? Unexpectedly, Xie given shook his head. They don't bother to fight for the chief position. The position of chief is dispensable to them. To give you a thorough explanation, they are now masters. Although they are still students of the Holy Academy, they are not in the Holy Academy now. In the gravity training room, Li Mu was sweating and panting. 5 times the gravity. In this environment, Li Mu felt that it was very difficult to breathe. Every time I took a breath, my throat felt like it was burning. After punching several times in succession, Li Mu finally couldn't hold on any longer. Turn off the machine, and the gravity pressing on you dissipates again. Under 4 times gravity, he was able to walk normally and run briefly. That's why he wanted to try 5 times gravity, but he never thought that 5 times gravity would be so outrageous. However, the effect of the gravity training room is indeed extraordinary. Even without the help of the system, his body skills have improved a lot. After taking a short rest, Li Mu went into the bathroom and looked at the mountain and sea list in the bathroom with a smile. It's time to hit the charts. How dare a country bumpkin who got heaven-level bloodline to be so arrogant with such good luck? After Shangguan Reichen heard the news reported by Xie Yu, his face was filled with gloom. Young Master Li Mu cannot be subdued by us, and it is absolutely impossible for him to grow up. How dare you, my subordinates? This person will become a threat to you, young master, in the future. In an instant, the temperature of the entire room turned cold. Shangguan Reichen gritted his teeth and asked, do you mean that I will be dethroned from the position of chief by a country dog in this small rural town? Xie Yu's eyes changed drastically and she quickly explained. No. Xie Yu definitely doesn't mean this. I just hope that you will seriously consider it, young master. You're like a dog. Get out of here. After Xie Yu left, Shangguan Reichen's face was gloomy, and the invisible wind and waves overturned everything. Li Mu, let me meet you personally. The Star Dormitory is not suitable for people like you. There is also a gap between the bloodlines of the heavenly level. Shangguan Reichen never took Li Mu seriously because he was already a master at the pinnacle of martial arts and was only one step away from becoming a master. Shenwu Plaza. Big news. Big news. The freshmen who live in the Star Dormitory are going to challenge Wang Zan on the Shanghai ranking. Challenge Wang Zan. Although Wang Zan is not ranked high on the Shanghai list, he is still an old figure on the list. It is indeed extraordinary for a newcomer to be admitted to the Star Dormitory, but there should be some gap between him and the old students. If he works hard for a few more months, he might actually be able to succeed. I don't care if he can, let's go and join in the fun. If we go late, we won't see anything. In Tianqi Martial Arts Hall, a battle room was full of people, and everyone looked at the two people inside with tight eyes. Xinsheng and Wang Zan don't know who can win. Hey, do you need to say that? Of course it's Wang Zan. I heard that the strength of the new students is not simple. After all, they are of heaven-level blood, so they shouldn't be weak. No one doubts the gold content of heaven-level bloodline, but now this new student is only in the martial arts realm. Look at Wang Zan, he is already a 5-star martial artist, not to mention he has a body of ocean tide. His strength is also extraordinary. We'll see. Wang Zan looked at Li Mu very unhappy. This guy wants to take my stepping stone. Don't even think about it. The holographic simulation environment is activated, and Li Mu and Wang Zan are in the wild jungle. The aura of Wang Zan, a 5-star martial artist, burst out, and his blood boiled and he punched Li Mu. In an instant, the water surged, and its power was like the undercurrent of the tide. It seemed calm but was extremely turbulent. It's indeed great to live in the Star Dormitory. But now you're still far away from joining the Shanghai gang. The overwhelming power came towards him. Li Mu looked calm, raised his hand, the force gathered by the wind and cloud surged majestic, and a huge hand suddenly fell down. Bang! In an instant, smoke and dust flew everywhere, and a figure flew out like a comet. Wang Zan staggered up and looked at Li Mu in horror. How is it possible? How can you have yuan power? Aren't you a martial artist? Are you a master? But how is it possible for a grandmaster to enroll? And he is probably the only grandmaster of Li Mu's age. The aura of the 7-star warrior was released. Wang Zan was even more shocked. What kind of monster is this horse riding on? The warrior realm possesses yuan power. Once you have Yuan Li, you are not on the same level as others. A warrior without Yuan Li and a warrior with Yuan Li are one in the sky and the other in the earth. The gulf between the two is almost unbridgeable. People outside have already seen it. Oh my god, did I read that right? Yuan Li. He actually has Yuan Li. The warrior realm has Yuan Li. This is unscientific. Isn't it said that only grandmasters have Yuan Li? His martial arts realm has condensed the seeds of Yuan Li. What's wrong with this? The warrior realm has Yuan power and a heaven-level bloodline. The Yuan power alone is enough to kill many people instantly. Monster! Monster! Wang Zan got up and looked unwilling, clenching his fists and his eyes full of anger. I'm not willing to give in. Tianluo palm! Wang Zan shouted loudly, her energy and blood gathered together, and she slapped her palm to create a roaring wind. Tear! The dazzling lightning flashed by, and no one saw Li Mu's movements clearly. In just a moment, Wang Zan lost consciousness and collapsed on the ground. Congratulations on defeating Wang Zan and losing 3 years of cultivation. Congratulations on obtaining the martial arts, Tianluo Palm. Gulu. One of them swallowed a mouthful of saliva and said with a trembling voice, 9th level martial arts. Mastery state. Everyone's brains are numb. There are definitely many 9th level martial arts students who have entered the Holy Academy, but only a handful of them have become proficient. It is almost rare. I thought that Li Mu's Yuan power and heaven-level bloodline were enough to defy the heavens. Who would have thought that his martial arts talent could be so terrifying? What a nightmare. Thinking about the days to come, the huge pressure makes it difficult for people around to breathe. At the same time, a shocking roar sounded in the holy courtyard. A mysterious light rushed into the sky, and a stone tablet in the center of the holy courtyard appeared in the sky. It's Shanghai Bang. Someone is on the list. Who was pulled down? The mountain and sea list has not been touched for more than a year. With the voices of people outside discussing, the name of Wang Zan, who was ranked 50th, was erased, and Li Mu's name was deeply engraved on the mountain and sea list. Li Mu, how could it be him? Isn't he a new student? Was Wang Zan defeated by him? Wang Zan is a 5-star martial artist with a special physique. Could it be that Li Mu has been able to crush most of the old students in the Holy Academy? Everyone has not yet recovered from the shock. On the mountain and sea stone tablet, Li Mu's name is different from others in that it has a touch of golden writing. The 4 golden characters added to the suffix were extremely dazzling, and everyone showed extremely frightened expressions when they saw those 4 characters. Standing at the gate of the research institute, Xie even squeezed out a few words through his teeth in horror. Born, holy. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.